Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to another episode. Well, live stream. This ain't an episode. A live stream of Kiki Loves Nigeria. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend, holiday weekend. Tonight, we got a lot to talk about, okay? So I'm going to get started early. Well, not early, but we got to keep it moving because I got to talk about three different things tonight. All right, so let me introduce myself. My name is Kiki Loves Nigeria, and I just happen to be the host of this show. I don't run this show. I don't decide what we talk about on this show. I don't decide pretty much, I decide very little things on this show. You all decide what we talk about. You all decide what's important to our community. You all decide what the topics are. So tonight, you all had questions about Mr. Oral Gray. Mr. Earl Grey, okay? Mr. Earl Grey does not want to be even thought of as being a scammer. So he's been constantly writing me, calling me, talking to me, sending me receipts because he wants to get his story out. And one of his dear friends told him to contact me and that I would allow him to do that. And that's what I'm doing. So he's the only person other than the Journey lady. She has been contacting me also. So in all fairness, Miss Journey has been contacting me, from the Journey with Us place. But Oral Gray has, he's the one that's really sending me receipts and, having different people. I talked to two different people who, said the same thing, that when Mr. Gray found out what was going on, he quickly told. So he wants to come on here. He's going to come on here a little later, and he's going to, talk to you guys again and answer any questions that you might have, because there's a lot of people who've lost a lot of money behind this. A lot of senior people, even if they weren't senior, even if they're young people, it's still wrong for them to lose money behind this. And a lot of people are really upset. So before we get on to that, let's start with I told you who I am. I told you what we do. On this channel, we talk about anything and everything that impacts you: repatriating, expatting, visiting, anything that has to do with West Africa. Anything. Well, I'm going to say Africa. I studied West Africa, so that's why, I like to focus on West Africa, because I understand, West Africa from academic perspective. But I know a little about East Africa, and I've just had to just jump into what's going on in East Africa, because you can tell nobody is talking about what they're doing over there. And if they do talk about it, they get shut down, they get silenced, they get shunned, they get, like what they do to me and what they do to O'Shea. Okay, so this is what happens when you do speak out. So I noticed there people were writing me about, oh no, it was a video about Mark. I'm going to tell you how we got on this. So Mark Meets Africa, how we even got on this dude. I was not thinking about this dude, didn't know nothing about this dude. So a video came up on my timeline about him, talking about don't be lost in the wilderness, don't stay in the wilderness too long. So I said, okay, let me watch this video. I watched it and I was like, well, from what he's saying, it seems like a lot happened and there's a backstory. So I went and looked at the backstory. And boy, oh boy, was there a backstory. Through the research on this young man, this ain't no young man, through this grown man, it was discovered that people are alleging that he has scammed them out of money. One lady, she has produced receipts that she has sent Mark $24,000. Another lady, I think they said she was from Somalia. She supposedly, now this is one that's really alleged because I hadn't talked to her. I just read this in the comment section. She supposedly sent Mark $20,000. She collected it for an orphanage that he was supposedly taking care of these kids. And allegedly, they didn't get the money. Now, that I don't have proof of that. This is just what people are saying. Okay. Some things I do have proof of. The $24,000 I have proof of. It is on my, I have a video about that. All right. So that's how I got to Mark. Then people start writing me. And when people start writing me, I'm like, oh, so this is deeper than what I thought. Then, a couple weeks ago, we're talking about Mark, people sharing their experience about Mark meets Africa. Then this T3 and me jump in the comment section, just out of nowhere, kicking the door open, being rude and disrespectful. So I'm like, wait a minute, who is these bullies? Who is these bullies thinking they can come to my house and just kick the door down and bully? So I said, oh, T3 and me. That's the name that I've been hearing about, that they scamming too. So I see a video. Let me back up. I'll take that back. I seen a video first about him not finishing a house for this lady. He claims he did finish the house. He claimed the lady was in love with a drunken Tanzania Rasta man, and they were making up lies about him. Well, guess who contacted me? The lady's sister, who he's talking about. She contacts me, and all her friends contact me, and they send me receipts. I made a video about it. I showed you last week. The house is not even finished. And the T3 and me, according to these people, went around and destroyed this was an older lady's reputation, saying she's running around with this Rasta man from Tanzania when the Rasta man was really helping her. But this is what they do. They try to dirty up their reputation. They try to dirty you up to make them look good. Now that I have plenty of receipts about that story. They even made a video where they showed you the outside of the house. But my video, it shows you the inside of the house. So that's when I really was like, well, let me really check out this T3 and me. Something must be on. Something's going on here. In the meantime, they contact O'Shea. And I'm like, Kinganda. And I'm like, wow. They contacted him like that. I'm like, oh no, where there's smoke, there's fire. Because usually, my uncle used to work at a prison. And he always told me, the police don't solve cases. They count on us to tell on each other. That's how they figure out what's going on. They listen to the streets. My uncle called it the streets be talking. So the streets be talking. The streets started talking. And they started saying, T3 and me are indeed scammers, honey. And not only are they scammers, the wife thinks she's a witchy witch. And she goes around, call herself intimidating people. Yeah. And I'm like, what? Yeah, she harasses and intimidates people. Thinks she's a witch. And I'm like, oh, here we go with these witches, these wannabe witches again. It's so many wannabe witches who do alleged land scamming, but it's not alleged because you're selling land. In Mark's case, he was selling land without even a license. All right, so that can't be alleged because there's proof. They just haven't took him through the courts. I got receipts. I don't talk. If I tell you I don't have a receipt, I'll tell you up front, just like I told you. I don't have a receipt for that. I'll tell you. But the stuff I have receipts for, honey, I got receipts for days on T3 and me and Mark Meets Africa. What they've done to this elderly population, these people, these Hebrew Israelites, what they've done to them, they don't realize they put a generational curse on their own family. Do you realize what you've done? Your children's children will suffer from this. Because I don't even know you. And look how God presented you to me, right in my lap. Like I told y'all, I don't go looking. He presented. He said, here you go. Check them out. And I'm like, God, I don't know who these people are. Check them out. In this case, it's hotter. This is probably the hottest case that we've had. But before we get to that tonight with T3 and Me, we talking about the next victim. I told y'all about the lady, Mama K is what we called her. Now I'm going to tell y'all about another victim tonight who's contacted me. Now, see, T3 and Me has made videos about this. Okay, so we're going to see their version unless they've taken it down. But I've got all the receipts where the person has contacted me and given me the information. Okay, and this person is taking T3 and Me to court. So why they're saying they're not in any court cases, I'm not really sure why, when I have the court case and I have the man telling me, I have the receipts, sir. The person is saying you did this to them. They have receipts where they've sent you money. They're showing me receipts where they went to the land. There's nothing there. Very bare minimal things are there. You didn't finish. So I'm going by what these people are saying. I'm using my platform as an open platform where people can come and tell their story. Because we got to hold these people accountable. We got to hold these people in check. So that's what we do over here. We hold you accountable and we hold you in check. All right. So before we get started, let me do fair use, because on this channel, I use other people's videos to and what I use the videos for, I use them as tools, educational tools, to help you understand the material that I'm trying to present to you. A lot of times this material is extremely complex, and that's what these people play on, the complexity of this material, okay? So a lot of this material is extremely complex. So I like to break it down, and I like to use videos to help you understand what is going on. Because the goal of our channel, again, is for you to travel safely to Africa and not get scammed. All right? Not get scammed. Not lose your LIFE. Oh, LIFE. Your life. And not get scammed. All right? So that's the goal of this channel. That's why we do what we do. The content on Kiki Loves Nigeria may contain copyrighted content, but are not authorized for use by the owner. However, no copyright infringement is intended. Copyrighted material used on this channel falls under the Fair Use Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, which states copyrighted material can be used for educational, research, teaching, and commentary purposes, which is explicit goal of this channel. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on Kiki Loves Nigeria belong solely to the author, not necessarily to the community, host, or even to this channel. All right, so now that we got that out the way, first I want to talk to you guys about something that happened in the Gambia. So I was contacted. It's been a couple of days now because I've been so busy that it's been a couple of days since I was contacted. Let me drink something, y'all. Look at my little cute cup my niece got me. So I was contacted a couple of days ago by one of my friends in the Gambia. And this friend asked me, they said, Kiki, something bad happened. And I said, what do you mean? He said, one of the repacks in the Gambia was attacked. And I was like, oh no. So I'm thinking most of the time the repacks to get attacked, I don't really know them, right? I don't know them personally. This person I knew personally. And this person was actually on our show. You guys remember the guy, Mr. Elvin, who was on the show? Let me pull it up. He came on the show. Um, oh, hold on. I didn't put it up here. He came on the show when Bag was trying to shut his business down. Remember that? And he's Bag Black Acres of the Gambia were saying that they were scammers. Um, they were saying that they were scammers. You remember that show when they said they were scammers? Okay, that is him. That's the man. I'm trying to pull it up. I'm gonna show y'all who he is. So he's the one who the ladies who had passed away, his Airbnb is where the ladies would stay. Remember, I had showed you his Airbnb a couple of times, and oh, that was a live stream. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna pull up his face so you can remember, just in case you guys forgot. But it was him, y'all. It was Mr. Elvin, the nice Mr. Elvin, who Black Acres had went on this rampage against. So 1 second. I don't know why I didn't download this video. I thought I had it up. All right, here it is. Oh no, hold on. That's somebody else. But well, I'm getting to it. So Mr. Elvin owned it. He came through Relocate Africa. Okay, Invest Relocate Africa had a plane. That was with Quasi Boyd and Art Cathy. Okay, now part of what they did at Invest Relocate Africa is that they let you have there was a mentorship program. And in this program, they help you design your business and they help you make your business a success. So in this, hold on. In this business, he was working with Quasi Boyd. Okay. And they felt like since he was working with Quasi Boyd, y'all, that it had to be a scam. Okay. Since he was working with Quasi Boyd, it had to be a scam. Here it is. So they were on a mission to destroy this man. Okay. Now let me show you who he is. They went on a mission to destroy this man. This is him right here. So let me play.
What about the money? I'm thinking he already got paid.
Okay.
He said,
so he's talking about how his business, he was scammed out of this money, which put his business in a bad financial situation, and he's talking about that is how he got in this bad situation that he's in now.
No, I didn't. I never received the money. So I'm like, wow, that took me off guard.
Now, Elvin, and Kiki.
Yeah.
Kiki.
Yes.
Elvin left the bank with the money I gave. Went in the bank, I got the money lump sum. Elvin had the money transferred over, and I gave money. He went in the car with the agent. I just wanted to share that part and went to the house. So Elvin thinking he gave the people the money and got the key. That's all I wanted to share. You know what I mean? Okay. I did the money. I gave the money to the guy. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say
in the whole 3,000. So that's how it got the ball rolling. Like that.
We paid the whole year, Kiki. We paid the whole year. Okay. Then we had to pay another half.
Yeah.
So we paid 50 more percent.
So they were in some type of rental scam, and that's what Quasi and Mr. Elvin are explaining here.
We're making the payments.
The court documents say that we're gonna pay the damn money to the guy. Okay.
So this is Mr. Elvin, this man on the end. Y'all know Quasi in the middle. This is Mr. Elvin right here. Okay. That's the person who was this was done to. So let me show y'all what I was sent, what my friend sent to me. It was just I couldn't believe it. When it's people that you don't know, it's one thing, but when it's somebody that you do know, that's just different. So this came up from What's Up Gambia. And again, I was contacted by one of the repats in the Gambia, and this is what they sent me. So y'all, let's go over this real quick, because we have to bring awareness to issues that affect our community. That's what we do on this channel, okay? So this says from a follower. In the early hours of the morning yesterday, April 14th, between 5 and 6 a.m., a thief attacked my neighbor, an American citizen living on the first floor with his wife and baby. The intruder entered through the window armed with an empty beer bottles. So just imagine, beer bottles. So he came in with beer bottles. He didn't even have a weapon. He used the beer bottles for a weapon, and immediately began stabbing the man while threatening to kill him. The victim's wife fled with the baby to seek help. Despite sustaining multiple, wounds, the man managed to restrain the thief. I'm sorry, y'all, but they're trying to feed the dog, and the bag is just making a whole bunch of noise. So, despite sustaining multiple wounds, the man managed to restrain the thief. He found him bleeding heavily, but holding the thief down. He tied the man up. Let's go to the next one. Oh, that's the wrong one. So he tied the man up. Let me make it a little bigger. He tied the thief with a rope, rushed the American man to Sakuta Health Center for urgent medical attention. On our way back, we stopped at the police station to report the incident. 2 officers were assigned to follow us. Upon arrival, they immediately recognized the attacker as Omar Jallo. So you mean to tell me that the attacker just hung around? He was just hanging around waiting for them to come back? We also took Omar to the health center for treatment. Shockingly, he began verbally abusing the officer. He was later transferred to the police station, where he is now in custody. Okay, so look at this, y'all. This is the scene. Can y'all believe this? Here go the beer bottle. But the beer bottle ain't broken. There go a knife. Look. Oh, here go a broken one. Look at that over there. Can y'all see that one? That's a broken beer bottle. They was fighting. Look at all of this on the floor. Poor Mr. Elvin. Oh, this is so sad, y'all. This is a really nice man. A really, really nice man. Oh, this is terrible. And look, this is, I don't know what that is, but that's broken. Yeah, there's a knife right there. So I was told that Mr. Elvin was cut pretty bad on his lip. Like his lip was cut really, really bad. And he went to the hospital to get treatment. So I'm trying to get an update on how he's doing now. But I wanted to just let everybody know what had happened, and to ask you guys to please pray for Mr. Elvin and his family, because this man is a very nice man. Not saying anybody deserves this to happen to them, but Mr. Elvin, this is just terrible. And I don't even know why, this person, maybe they're on substances. I told you that's a problem now, so maybe they're on substances and they needed some money or needed something, so they just broke into the house. So that's what happened. I don't know if he got away with money, and if so, I don't know how much. Again, I'm going to try to get an update to see if I can get an update on what happened. All right, so now let's go to tonight. Again, please pray for Mr. Elvin and his family. Good evening, Kiki Loves Nigeria. Hope you had a good weekend. I'm looking forward to it too. Honey, 2 people done shared the live already. Because they know it's about to go down. Yeah. I'm not playing with you people. I am not playing with you people. You're going to learn today. Good evening, Kiki and chat. It seems like there's a lot going on in the game. It's a lot going on in West Africa. Wherever we are, it seems to be a lot going on. Period. Wherever, it doesn't even matter. Wherever we are in lots, in big numbers, there's a lot going on. Too much unnecessary drama for our melanated people. Well, it's the people that are going. Not all of them, but a lot of them have issues. So I've also, y'all, I meant to tell y'all that Mr. Gray said he would stop by tonight. Did I tell y'all he's going to stop by and answer some questions? Everyone, please hit the like button as you come in so that we won't have to be repeating it during the show. Thanks in advance. So when y'all come in to the studio, when y'all come in to the party, just go ahead and give it a thumbs up. All right. We will greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate that. Hey there, Dream Dreams. How you doing? How are you, Mr. What are you on? Does that say? What does it say? Edie. Okay. How you doing, Mr. Edie? I can't see all that and I don't feel like putting them glasses back on right now. So please forgive me, okay? Joy says, hey, Joy, happy Saturday to you also. And this person's name is Frederick. Well, hello, Frederick. Oh, we love Kiki Loves Nigeria and Dr. O'Shea Duke Jackson are back at it again. Yep, back at it again. That's exactly what we're doing. Yeah, because you know what? We got to hold these people accountable. We got to make them think, oh, I don't want to end up on her show or O'Shea show or Kinganda. I ain't trying to go through that. No. Then you'll think twice about scamming God's people. You'll think twice about pimping the people. You know, when I was little, I used to hate that because it was a preacher. My grandma was sick after a while. She couldn't go to church anymore. But do you know this? Her pastor would come over every once a month, not every once a month, but once a month, one Sunday, to get her tithes and offering. Can you believe that? My grandmother was so sick that she couldn't even go to church anymore. And they would come, that man would come once a month to get her tithes and offering. And I would look at that man like I couldn't stand him because I'm thinking, how could you take my grandmother's money? And you know, my grandmother is on her sick bed. And then after my grandmother passed away, guess what, y'all? They didn't even want my grandmother to have her repast at the church where they used to come and get her money. Because guess what? They said she hadn't been to church. So since she hadn't been to church, she was no longer an active member, even though she was paying her tithes and offerings faithfully. And the only reason they let her have it there, they let us have it there, is because one of the ladies on the repast committee was our neighbor, and she had grew up with my mother, and she knew my grandma since she was a little girl, and that lady lost it on all of them. Talked about them like a dog, and then finally she said it. She was coming to church. She said my grandma was coming to church till she got sick. Then she passed away. But in the meantime, we were going over there getting her tithes and offerings. So she has a right to have her repast here. Now, seeing that and seeing other things growing up in the church, I don't like to see people used, especially elderly people. That bothers me. So the fact that they're using these, because see, elderly people, they give up. They'll give up and let you get away with it. And that's what these people count on. They don't want to be bullied. They don't want drama. They don't want violence. They don't want none of that. So that makes them an easy target. That makes them an easy target. And that's what you see going on here. They think these people who are doing this think these people are easy targets. Yeah. So everybody's saying, oh, thank you, Frederick. Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much. Receive peace, health, and wealth, and giving. Oh, thank you. And I receive all of that. Thank you so much. So that's where we're going tonight. We're going to get back on there because it's a lot. It's a lot. So I don't know how they saying with a straight face that they didn't do any of this or that the people are lying when there's receipt after receipt after receipt. Yes, the backlash. Yes, that's yeah. Can y'all believe that? But that's what they did to me, and that's what they do to me, because that's what they do. Because ultimately, you're hitting their pockets. You're hitting their pockets. They don't like that. They don't like that at all. But again, it is not me hitting their pockets. It's not O'Shea hitting their pockets. It's the truth. If you're not doing these things, you should say, why are people saying these things about you? We're not saying anything. We're not making it up. People are writing us and telling us. And most of the time, it's the same people writing him that's writing me. So that's two people that they're telling the same story to. But that's what they do. When you dare to stand up for the truth, they don't like it. You see, it was okay when he was doing celebrity junk. Oh, ha, ha, he, that was funny. When he was talking about the other stuff, ha, ha, he, that was funny. That was cool. But when he started talking about what we were doing to each other, what we were doing to the elderly people, oh, now they got a problem with Kinganda. Now they got a problem with him. Because how dare you stand up for what's right when we all supposed to be getting this money, O'Shea? How you going to block us from getting this money? You know how it go. So they mad. They mad. Yeah, they real mad. But if you're not a scammer, you wouldn't be mad. You would be happy. You'd be using your platform the same way. You'd be like, all right, let me help get this message out. So many people are doing that now. But the scammers, oh, they mad. The alleged scammers, the scammers and the alleged scammers, they mad. They big mad. Yeah, we do appreciate that. Oh, African Goddess, thank you so much. Thank you, sweetie. That was so kind of you. So we are going to, when y'all see Oral in the, I know I'm saying this man's name, Jesus. When y'all see him in the Oral, when you come in when you ready to come up, text me on WhatsApp so I'll know you there, okay? Because a lot of times I get behind in the comments and I won't see you that much later. Okay, so they say everybody's saying hi to each other. So, as you guys can see, I had released a video before we came on. And in this video, hi Kiki, just so hard to know who to trust. Seems like everyone has an agenda. Some diaspora and some local. Too risky to invest in Africa. Yeah, ain't that sad? Yeah, I think that's him. Ain't that sad? Yeah. Okay, he ready, y'all. So I'm gonna let him come on, and then we can talk when he gets done. Okay. So he don't have to sit here and wait for us to finish. Okay. So Oral, look, you go. You know how to do it, yeah, because you've been on live before. All right. So let me know when you come on. I'll see you. Okay, and then I'll just add you to the live stream. So he's gonna come on and answer those questions. So I had talked to two people today. Two people who told me, one lady, so let's get this clear how he met Mark. Oral did not know Mark. He was introduced to Mark by a lady, one of the sisters in the movement, okay? And she introduced him. He did not know Mark, okay, prior to that. So it was, some people were saying that they had planned this scam like together, and this was just some elaborate scam that they had put, but it turned out the lady, and this lady's, she's not gonna lie to me, okay? She was telling me how Mark met Oral and how she had to help Oral when he came Okay, here he is, y'all. Okay. Hey, Oro.
Yes, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. How you doing?
I'm doing well, doing well.
That's good. So, thank you for coming, and thank you for answering all the questions, no matter how brutal the questions were. You would answer them, and I appreciate that because I know the messages I was sending you was crazy. So, not one time were you nasty to me. Not one time were you, telling me off. You really sincerely answer the questions to the best of your ability, and so I want to thank you for that. Um,
And I want to thank you for just having me, and also just trying to get to the bottom of the truth, because that's very important. And
mhm,
for me, as I mentioned to you in our conversations, I have an 84-year-old mom, and
mhm,
I would be too embarrassed to even look at her in the face if any of this stuff was true. But I can look her in the face because I know for a fact that the things I told you were factual. And the
mhm,
people that you and I spoke to today, they can corroborate what I'm telling you, plus more people. But a lot of people don't want to come here and have their business in the street.
mhm.
So, but I thank you for taking the time to actually host me. I really appreciate it.
Yes. Now, I'm going to let you talk, okay? And let you tell us what you want us to know,
Okay.
okay? Because I know a lot of people have said a lot of things.
Yes,
So,
they have. Yes, they
so
have.
now this is your chance to say what you have to say, okay?
Yes. Now, a couple of things that were said, like for instance, one of the ridiculous things is that me and Mark were like Tupac and Biggie. I found that absurd. It was ridiculous. You spoke to the sister that introduced me to Mark today, right? And she told you the same story that I told you how we met. And so that right there is factual. Then another thing, the same guy mentioned that Mark gave me $16,000. That's incorrect. Mark never gave me $16,000. Did I get paid for actually bringing people on? I did get paid for bringing people on. This was before, and it wasn't not even close to that amount that people were saying. Another thing people that came up is that Mark paid for my ticket 3 different times when I was coming to Africa. That's incorrect. Mark paid for my ticket one time, and the other time that I came, I paid out of my pocket. When I looked at what I'm still paying, I still owe for not 5,400. That receipt I can show you that I'm still paying for my trips to Africa. Mark did not pay that. So that's a big false. The other thing that some people mention is like, well, if Mark was scamming people, why did you try to get land up in Kilimanjaro and try to get people to actually get to actually purchase land? Because after the failed attempt by Mark in Wanza, which I myself was going to purchase property in there as well, I was really disappointed, and I still have plans to move to Tanzania. So I pivoted and tried to find something for the people.
Mhm,
And it was about 7 or 8 people that came on a conference call that we did together. One of the people that's accusing me of being the worst person since the Antichrist, she was on the call as well, even though
mhm,
she keeps saying how horrible of an individual I was. I was also the individual who told her what I found out when I went to Mwanza, which that the fact that Mark only registered the company February 7th of 2024. I only found that out when I went to Mwanza. The lady you spoke to today, she told you with her own lips that she actually paid for my hotel because
mhm,
Mark had me come there and left me stranded. So I did not have enough money to go to Mwanza. She paid for
right.
my hotel along with other people, and I thank the Most High. Until this day, they helped me to discover the truth because I myself, I did not know. I wasn't there. When I was introduced to Mark, I was introduced by the sister, and she herself invested money to merge what was he calling it, community center. Yeah.
Mhm. Wait a minute,
And
Oral. Stop. Can you
yes,
stop right now, please?
yes,
I'm sorry because they're saying this is what the people are saying. They're saying he needs to explain everything. Not everyone knows his story. He's starting in the middle. So they want you, people are saying they don't understand, they need you to start from the beginning. Okay. She's saying Kiki loves Nigeria. He's not making sense. So
it actually, well, let me say this. It is making sense because what I mentioned to her in the beginning, I said I was introduced to Mark by the sister that you spoke to. So that is the beginning. Okay. She introduced me. I went to Tanzania. I stayed by a sister, and I'm gonna try to like stop using people's names just like openly without me talking to them.
Okay.
Because some people don't want their name to be all over these YouTube streets. But I stayed at a sister's Airbnb, and I met another sister at the Airbnb who we were all having like a Shabbat get together, and Mark's name came up, and I heard the wonderful things that he was trying to do, trying to bring the community together with his community center, and I wanted to meet him. So his sister called him up, made sure it was okay, gave me was it okay for me to have his number? He said that's fine. We spoke later on. We agreed to meet. We met. We had lunch. We stayed in communication because I liked some of the ideas that he had in reference to like a village, bringing people there, and so on and so forth. He said he wanted to do it somewhere different from Dar es Salaam because Dar es Salaam is expensive, is saturated. You think it would be better to do something out in Mwanza by Lake Victoria. So we stayed in the communication, and we fast forward to October, I believe, is when he started. And we've been we talked almost every day. He mentioned to me that he had the plat maps and everything was done. He had an architect and he had the land. And I asked him on several occasions, he said, yes, I have the land. I have land in Mwanza, and the plot maps and all those different things. I didn't know that they were forged. They were fake documents until I went to Mwanza. So to continue on the line so people can understand, I thought about telling people back here in America about this eco village. I reached out to Pastor Rick Fletcher and told him what I wanted to do. If he would actually allow me and Mark to come on his channel to tell our stories, because he was doing something where he was trying to help people out by telling them about different opportunities in Mwanza, in Africa in general, not just in Tanzania. So he agreed. Me and Mark, we went on once, we went on twice, and we told people about it. When I was talking with Mark, I was under the impression, because Mark told me that the property was already secure. He had land. He did explain to us, however, that you cannot own land. You can own the structure, but you have to do a lease. So the people were under the impression that you can lease the land and so on and so forth. So we continued telling people about it. A lot of people got excited and they contacted me. And so I continued selling the land to the people. We went on a second time, did the same thing. People started signing up and so on and so forth. What made me get a little suspicious is that the consistency started falling off, because we would agree to have a phone call to find out about the property, because people were buying, and he was telling me, Mark was saying, we have to try to get these things sold, because we have to get these people, to let these people know that these things are selling out fast so they can move forward and we can start the construction. So I started doing what he told me, and he would tell me. So I said, but people wanted to know, okay, well, where's the blueprints? Where's the layout? And we're selling this land, but we don't have any blueprints or any layout. So I'd call Mark, hey, what's going on with the blueprints, the layout, the plat maps? We had the plat maps, but we didn't have the floor plans. I'm sorry, because I'm saying we're selling this land, but we don't have any floor plans. And so when I reach out to him, he would tell me things like, oh, these darn architects, they take forever. They tell me one thing and then it's something different. So things just started changing. He would tell me one date and then the date would change. He'd tell me another date. He'd say, okay, definitely next Sunday. Then next Sunday would come. And one of the times I said, so these guys work on Sundays? He said, yeah, it's Tanzanians. Yeah, they work on Sunday. I said, okay. Sunday will come. Oh, they didn't show up. I'm calling this guy. He's not answering his phone. And so I started getting a little suspicious and wondering, I mean, is this for real? But because he came so highly recommended and what he was doing in Dar es Salaam, I said, no, it's just me. And another thought that crossed my mind is that it's legitimate, but he's just overwhelmed. So even one of the times I asked him, I mean, is something going on, man? Because it just seems like you played the recording from last week, so I don't have to go back into that. But it's just the inconsistency that made me start suspecting something. So what I said to him, Mark, why don't I do this? And this is the reason I actually went back to Tanzania. I said, Mark, why don't I do this? Why don't I come there and I'll run the eco village, since you have things going on in different parts of Africa. I will run the eco village. I'll take the pictures. I'll reach out to the architect if they need to be reached out to, and I'll run the eco village while you do the other endeavors that you have. And he agreed. And he agreed he was going to pay my ticket and give me a certain amount of money. He was supposed to give me the money before I left. For some strange reason, now issues came up. He was saying stuff to the effect that, oh, I don't know why, but for some strange reason, it's not going to, the money's not being recognized by your bank. And I said, that's strange. I mean, you've sent me money in the same bank before. I don't know why it would be doing that. And so this went on all the way until I was supposed to leave. And so I was supposed to leave that Friday. I'm like, Mark, I have to leave. What's going on? He said, man, don't even worry about it. When you come there, I'll just give you some money in cash. I was like, okay, you know what? He seemed to always keep his word when it came to like me getting paid. So no problem. I get there, I'm calling him, I'm not getting him or anything of the sort. And then I get a WhatsApp message from him. And then he's asking me all these questions about, where are you? When are you getting there? And so on and so forth. But we already spoke about what my itinerary was going to be and what time I was going to be in Mwanza. And I was going to be in Dar es Salaam for a week, and then I was going to go to Mwanza. And so that did not change. And he started asking me questions as if I changed my itinerary at the last minute. And so from there, it seems like he started picking a fight with me. And I said, Mark, what about the money? And he's like, well, you have to do work first before you get money. But that wasn't our agreement. And so from there, it just spiraled out of control. It went from me getting $3,000 plus to do the job to I'm just going to give you $500 and you could go back to America. And so that's pretty much what he left me. And so I reached out to some people and I was able to make it to Mwanza. I went to business registry and found out that his company was only registered the same month that I was in Tanzania was the month that he actually registered his company. And another thing, in January, I went to, and I just kind of forgot this, so I have to do a little backtrack, because we were supposed to do a groundbreaking. I think it was January 26th. We were supposed to do a groundbreaking for the land, and then we were going to like film the whole thing and show construction work being done, so on and so forth. The same week, he decides that he's going to Uganda. And I'm like, Mark, but I'm coming. I paid for my ticket and everything. You're going to be back in time? He's like, oh, no, I'll be back in plenty of time. I'm going to just drive there and come back. I get there. He tells me he's stuck in the mud. And he had not one, not two, not three, but 6 flat tires. I know people are unlucky, but I've never heard an individual that had 6 flat tires. So you had flats 4 times and then 2 additional times. So I'm there. I'm there for a week, and I don't see him. Then I come back again the second time. Of course, I don't see him because he flaked out on me. So when people are saying that, I am as much to be blamed. No, if I didn't go to Mwanza and actually go to the business registry and also land registry, I would have never found out that Mark has been lying to the people. In addition to that, what I found out is that in order for you to actually purchase land or have land to sell, your business has to be up and running for at least 3 months before you can go and tell people that, oh, I have land to sell. So how is it possible for him from October of the following year, October 2023, selling land, and his business only got registered February 7th of 2024. All these things I had no knowledge of. I have no knowledge of Mark's books. When I asked to see his books, he refused to let me see the books because I said, Mark, if I'm going to be running the company, I need to know what the books look like. And he refused to that. So all these different things. So when people said I knew about it, I did not. And this is why I went to Wanza, and that's when I discovered what I discovered. So I even saw one stupid comment about that. I find it stupid because people not using their God-given skill to just do critical thinking, because they're like, well, Oral always knew about this stuff. When he went to the office, he knew about the maps and all. No, I had the map. What I had is what he sent me and what I sent the other people. Only after I went there and I showed him how the plot map looks, he said, oh, by the way, this thing it's not a legitimate map because there's no architect signing off on this. It shows Monza Eco Village, but it does not show a actual architect signing off on it. So he says this is not legitimate. That's my first time finding out when the gentleman told me that. So when people say things like this, it's just like I feel as if they're just looking to add someone else to the fire to burn. But honestly, as the Most High is my witness, I knew nothing about all these happenings. When I went to Mwanza, that's when I found out.
Okay. So let's answer some of these questions because they got a lot of questions. So the first question, team member wants to know, how much money did Mark pay you?
Mark was paying me, let me see if I can calculate exactly, because I don't want to give the wrong answer, because if at one point he was going to pay me one amount and then it changed, so I have to get back with you on that because I don't want to just like go off the top of my head.
Okay.
But I will tell you this: Mark did not pay me anywhere close to $16,000 because all the money, not some, all the money went to Mark, and then Mark paid me a commission from these funds. But I want to look at my paperwork before I start just shooting out numbers.
I understand. Okay, then the Daughters of the Most High says, I think she's talking to you. She said, you left one group, then went to T3andMe, then to Mark.
I find that ridiculous. Once again, somebody is just fishing. One of the times when I was actually in Tanzania, when I was seeing my sister, she had gotten some things for T3andMe, and she said, hey, you want to come? And I wanted to meet Tim. And so we rode to Tim's farm, and I actually just shot an entire video of just looking at his farm, but I never actually produced it or anything like that because I'm not a YouTuber. And so I thought about at one time trying to get heavy equipment to help out Tim. But me and Tim never actually have any collaboration. So for someone to say something like that, they're just speaking from not knowing the facts. Then after that, I see a video. No, a matter of fact, a sister from Australia called me and said, you need to take a look at this thing that Tim is saying some bad stuff about you. And so I looked and I see some that Tim is saying something to the effect that I stole his Eco Village ID, and I was trying to steal one of his workers or something to that effect, which is absolutely absurd. In addition to that, the sister we talked to today, Sister Kiki, she confirmed who started the whole Eco Village idea. Okay, so that to me was ridiculous because I'm the last one coming in. So how am I going to steal his idea? But and as far as us working together, it never got off the ground. Him and I and his wife had one conference call and nothing came of it. The next thing I know, he had a video, and I said, I'm just going to leave this alone. But no, I was not part of T3andMe's thing. So don't put me in there because I don't need any more controversy.
So this comment says, how do we get Mark to be accountable if he allegedly bribed the Tanzanian police?
Well, and that's a good question. What I did, and I'm glad that person asked that question because I didn't touch on this. After I discovered what Mark was doing, I actually tried to find. I went to the police station, And I told them what I discovered, that this man is committing fraud because he's selling land that he does not own.
Mm-hmm.
So they told, and I was there for like 3 hours. And to a certain degree, they were like, they checked my passport and was checking to make sure I was okay and things of that nature. And so when after they did all of that, they told me, well, the only way you can actually prosecute, you have to find someone that's here in Tanzania that have given him money. Then we can actually start an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
So I found a lady, and like you said, Sister Kiki, you say this all the time. A lot of these seniors, they don't want to be in the limelight. They don't want to have any part of this stuff. And I reached out to this lady, and between her and me and her son, myself and her son, we actually convinced her to go ahead and be on the police report, because that's the only way we were able to get a police report. And so they started looking for Mark. They can't find Mark anywhere, because Mark is he's very secretive, and he moves like in a very quiet way, so you never know where he is. Because there's times when I call him and I'm like, where are you, Mark? Oh, I'm somewhere. And he's not even in Tanzania.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I actually decided to actually do the police report. And so the police are still looking for him. So they do have that going on.
Okay, so they are looking for him.
Yeah.
So London Lady says, hold on. If you were talking with Mark, did you physically check out the land? How are you selling land without checking it out first?
Again, because he came as someone with a good reputation,
Mm-hmm.
I assumed, and also he talks a lot about our Heavenly Father. So you see, and this is a lesson for me, because I went with just thinking, oh, this guy is a good guy, and you know what, he's doing the right thing for our people, and I let my heart lead instead of my head, and so he got me good when it came to that. So because of his reputation, I didn't think that what he was doing is going to be illegal, and also we did go at one point and check out the land. I went one time, and then the first time he actually showed a video of the land. Him and someone else was there. I wasn't there. And so the second time when I went, I did go and I did see the land.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked the question when I saw the land. I was like, Mark, how comes it's not platted out? And he said, it's overgrown or something to the effect. But by the time we start actually breaking ground, that's all going to be like zoned out and everything. And so, again, I took his word because I had no reason to doubt him at the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, may I was saying, I'm not saying that Oral was scamming with Mark, but I can't ignore the sound and speak very, I can't ignore they sound and speak very similarly and sound like they could be relatives. Okay, what you got to say about that one?
You see, this is the stuff that myself and Mark, we're not relatives.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Spanish Town, Jamaica. Mark was born somewhere in Vegas. Okay, we couldn't be any further apart. Like as mentioned before, the sister in Tanzania introduced me to Mark, so we ain't relatives.
Okay, so they're not relatives, you guys. All right, let's see what the next question.
I'm like a whole foot taller than him. I don't have a lot of short people in my family. Mark is a very small guy.
Kung Fu Fanta says, it's so easy for many to get excited about owning land anywhere in Africa. The problem is not knowing how to readily go about it. Did you find that to be a problem when you were, working with Mark, that a lot of these people didn't even know what they were doing?
Yes, it is a problem. And that's the reason why I went to this lady. And again, I'm going to try to keep people's name anonymous, but a lady that actually is a part of the Chamber of Commerce of Tanzania. she's as legitimate as they come. She has ties to the government. And that's why after I found out about her, I went to talk to her, and I said, if I'm going to do anything, it's going to be as legitimate as it comes. And that's why also I went out to actually look at the land. And it's because people were interested in that land. And so that's why I did what I did. But to answer your question, yes, it's you have a lot of because you have a lot of excitement. And the thing is, when we have our emotions going, it kind of like lessens our logical thinking,
Yes,
our
you don't
logical
think.
brain, because you're you're so excited about it. You know, you're happy. And so even though a lot of radars are going off in your head, in your logical brain, where you're saying, wait, let's wait, hold on. You're like, no, I'm excited. No, this is gonna work. And you're so excited about it working that you don't slow down to do your due diligence.
Right.
And so it's taught me a lot. And that's why after the whole thing, after the Kilimanjaro thing, I thought to myself, you know what, I'm just going to do things on my own. I don't want to help anybody that way, because what I'll do is I'll forward some people over. So I know people there, because even that brother that we spoke to today, Sister Kiki, he's in Tanzania right now, and he knows the gentleman that did the actual owner of that garden, because I introduced him to him, because I know he's a legitimate gentleman. I got no payment or anything. I just said, hey, here's a guy that can help you get land. He's legitimate as they come. And that's what happened.
Okay, so wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. London Lady had another question. She said, you went from talking to Mark to selling land for Mark. How come?
Again, going to Tanzania is a dream of mine to move there.
Okay.
And this was a sure a straight path, in my opinion, because again, he came as someone that's legitimate, someone that has a good reputation there at the time. And so you know, it's an old expression that says, if you see a good fight, you get in it. So I thought this was a good fight for a lot of our people who wanted to actually go back home, go back to Africa. So I wanted to be a part of it. As I said, also, I also was going to actually purchase property in the Mwanza Eco Village.
Okay. Now there's another question. This question says, Mark said he was locked up 3 times in Tanzania, but he is out and fled. Most likely he bribed his way out. How can we make sure that he is held accountable?
You know, that's a good question. I think one of the ways to that would be done is actually getting like a government official to see the damage that he's causing, and for them to hold the police officers, if someone did in fact allow him to bribe his way out, allow them to hold him accountable. I think that's the best course of action, because the thing about some of the low level police, they get paid such a small amount that something like that would be temptation for them.
Okay, they're still sounding. Someone else said that you sound like Mark. Okay, so
So
London Lady, go ahead.
you know, like sometimes things like this about my people that it just bothers me, because it's like if you speak like you actually know how to actually use the English language, you know, either you sound white or you sound like another person. You know, it can't be that just I sound this. This is just the way I talk. It couldn't be. It can't be just that. It's sometimes it's ridiculous.
So London Lady says, hold on. How can you sell land for someone after only talking to them?
I spoke with him again. I met with him. He
Mm-hmm.
had a stellar reputation at the time. I wanted to move there myself, and so that's why I did what I did.
Okay. Okay, they're saying, I don't know if you know who Life with the Kings are, but they're saying
I
that
don't
Mark,
know them.
yeah, he's somebody from Ghana. He said they say Mark sounds like Daniel. They all either know each other or they were taught by the same people. And that's something that we're noticing, that they all have the same language, like their lingo is similar. You know, they all say you have to practice patience. They all say that it's the government. They all say that things are complicated. They all talk about God. You know, it's like it's a playbook, and they all do the same thing. all of them, Ghana, Gambia, Tanzania, these land scammers, the playbook is the same. So it sounds like they all just went to some type of school. Mayall says, what made you record Mark's calls?
Because I started getting suspicious. Like if you listen to the part that Sister Kiki played, he would say he's gonna call me at a particular time. It wouldn't happen, and it became a record. All of a sudden, you had a stereo record where we would, if you say you're gonna call at 2, he calls at 2. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden now, if you say he's gonna call at 2, I don't hear from him for 2 days, and so it started getting very sporadic. And then a good sister, a good friend of mine, like a partner, she said it, and she kept saying this too. She said, something is not right with this guy. Okay, something is just not right. And so you need to protect yourself, because you don't want something to happen and then he blames it all on you.
Yeah.
And she said that. And I said, So after she said that to me, I started recording the conversations to make sure I protect myself. And to be honest with you, I even said this to her. I said, I hope to the Most High I am wrong, because I really want this thing to work for our people. And that's why I said, I'm going to go. And if I had to walk to Mwanza, I was willing to walk there, because I wanted to see what this was about. And so that's why I did what I did.
And team member says, Mark trusted you to run the Echo Village.
Yeah. Are we back on that again? Again, I was supposed to go there the following week. I was supposed to have money to sustain myself. He gave me $500 and told me to go back to America. So that did not happen. But the last time I was in Tanzania, I was going to go there to run the Echo Village, because as I mentioned, after I found out that something was not right, I was thinking maybe perhaps, and this is just my mind not listening to my first instincts. I said something is definitely off. I was thinking he was just overwhelmed. So I said, Mark, if this is overwhelming for you, let me come there. I'll take over running the Eco Village, and you can go and do the other ventures that you have in the other countries. So that was the goal, and that's what I was supposed to do.
Okay, hold on. Did this man ask Mark how people were going to get to Mwanza, or what people will do about staying in Tanzania long term? So go ahead.
Yeah, he had a whole plan about how you do that. Because one of the things he came up with is that if you have a viable business there, you can get like a business license and things of that nature. And also I think you're allowed to stay there 3 months. And so what he was going to do, he had a whole system where in that 3 months, he was going to help people set up their businesses, or show them what to do to set themselves up so they could stay there long term.
Okay. So Kung Fu Fanta, he's telling everybody what to do to file a complaint against these people. He said there's 3 ways. 1, you can contact the embassy and file a complaint. 2, contact the FBI, who usually has an office in the embassy. And 3, file a report with the Tanzania Police Department. Yes, you can even go online and do some of this stuff, okay? If you need help, again, you can write me and ask me, and I'll gladly help you, okay? Because it's not that difficult, but I understand if you don't understand the internet, or if you don't, know how those forms look complicated to you, and sometimes they are, but, just let me know, because there's help out here in the community. We'll gladly help you. Well, to me, I didn't hear. Okay, so these people are talking. Let me see if I see any more questions. Mark is stuck in the mud. All right. Okay. Yeah, right. He was stuck in the mud. He sure was. You right about that. Okay. Let me see what else. Fiona says that there's no logistical questions being asked. So what do you mean, Fiona, by that? No logistical questions are being asked. I'd like to know that also. So you think there's more to the questions? Wait a minute. Yes. So why was he selling land for Mark? That's what they don't understand. Why were you so willing to sell this land
I think I've answered that 3 different times already.
Because you trusted
Okay.
him and you believed in the mission.
I believed in the mission. Number one, he had this. He had the community center in Dar es Salaam. The people that introduced me, the 2 ladies that introduced me to him, said he had a really good reputation. At the time, it was nothing negative that I saw about him. I saw his channel, all the things he was doing. I myself wanted to move to Tanzania as well. I didn't know all the ins and outs. He seemed to know what to do, how to do it, because he was moving about there. He had a license there, so he knew what to do. So I thought I was going to learn something from him and learn how to acquire land, things of that nature. So that's the reason why I did what I did. So hopefully this answers the question.
So Fiona says it took him to go to. So she says it took. I'm gonna say it to address it to you because she's talking to you. It took you to go to the land registry to find out Mark is a fraud. He should have done you should have done those checks and balances immediately. So she's basically wondering, why did it take you so long to figure out Mark was a fraud?
It
When
didn't
you should
take
have
me
checked.
so
You should,
it
go ahead.
didn't take me so long. And in addition to that, I already said what I said. And you see, it's really nice. It's very easy for everybody to play Monday morning quarterback after the game. Okay. If the thing about human beings is everything we do on emotion. It starts on an emotional level. Logic may coming for a quick minute, but statistics and just life itself, psychology says we do everything on an emotional level. If it's something that you truly want, a lot of times the way you stop, the best way to stop an individual is by somebody else stopping them. But when you see something and it looks like it's lining up what you have in your head, you're so excited about it, you just go and you go off emotion.
Right.
So I had emotions going for me. I had people telling me that this guy is the real deal. Okay, there's nothing wrong about him. And so that's why I did what I did. I didn't think any research had to be done because I saw what these people are saying, which is people who I respect. And they were saying, this guy is a good guy. I've actually put money into his business because one of the sisters actually, she actually had stock in his company. So that was good enough for me. And people have to realize the way the world runs is actually by word of mouth. If someone says this person is good, you will go with what that person say. A lot of times you're not going to do research. So that's what happened.
So Fiona says, dude, you didn't do any critical thinking. And then she says, that was foolish.
Like I said, everybody can be a Monday morning quarterback. Like they've never done anything. Everybody's perfect. Once they're on the outside looking at the whole situation. But if they were in it, they might have done the same thing I did and even worse. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay. TNK says there's no freedom of information. Any online resources to verify a business. Okay, so she's asking, is this available in Tanzania? Is there freedom of information? You know how you can find out. Okay, so he says yes to that. Is there any online resources to verify businesses?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you can register the business online.
Okay, so she's saying, it's worrisome because it seems like you have to be on ground to know if anything is really happening. Is that true?
I would say if you have someone that you can truly trust, then yes. But if you don't have someone that you trust, then yeah, yes. Because you don't know what you're getting unless the individual you know for certain that that's someone that has your best interest at heart. No, it's best for you to go on the ground. But I do know a few people that I know for certain now that they do look out for people and they're actually legitimate individuals. But to answer your question, yeah, the best way to do it is by you being there on the ground, unless you have somebody that's going to have your best interest at heart.
Okay, our team member said, what makes you qualified to sell real estate?
I wasn't I wasn't selling real estate per se. I was selling a plot of land for people who wanted to actually get back to the African continent. So I didn't consider myself a real estate investor or a real estate broker. I was just looking to help people out that were actually looking to go back to Africa.
So your role, you wasn't so much the land part. You were just helping them make the transition.
Helping them to make the transition, and at the time I thought this was something legitimate, so I was telling them about it. Yes.
So Daughters of the Most High said, when you found out, why didn't you say anything to them? No, I'm sorry, then. She said, why didn't you say anything then? Like
the very day I found out is the very day I started making calls, and I started telling people. I started reaching out to people that were in the WhatsApp group, and mostly nobody got back in touch with me when I called them, because I wanted to talk. I said to myself, I saw these people individually. I wanted to talk to them individually. And most of the people didn't even return my phone calls. Most of the people, because at that point, Mark already started a new group telling my horrible individual I am. And I came there, I was saying something about me being a passport bro and all these negative things. So nobody would take my calls. So I did try to reach out to individuals to let them know what's going on. So when someone says something like that, that's totally false. I try to reach out to every single individual to let them know what was going on. People wouldn't take my call. I spoke to one guy and he said, yeah, and this, I'll leave his name. I won't say his name, but I was talking to his one brother. He said, I hear what you're saying, brother, but I'm going to stick with Mark. I'm going to see this through. And I'm like, bro, but it's not legitimate. But he said, you want to stick through, you want to see it through. So you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
No,
so.
You cannot. So Sheila says she finds it stupid that all these people got involved and trusted these obviously incredibly unqualified, inexperienced young people. And that's the part I don't understand.
Well,
why
again,
they thought these young people, these people were so young. I mean, I don't get why they could do what they said they were doing.
I don't know if all of them were young per se, and I can't really say. Again, when you want something and your emotions are telling you, I have to have it. Emotion is gonna outvote logic any day, because when we do things on an emotional level, we make mistakes all the time.
Yeah, that's
so.
Why you can't.
So that's basically what happened. Because even I myself, I made the decision to actually help him sell the property on an emotional level, because it was in line with what I see it was in line with my vision. So it's easier when you have your logical mind and you can sit back and you could think about it in a logical frame of mind. But when you're in it and your emotional side of your brain takes over, it's a totally different ballgame.
So this guy, Culture Boy, you can't just come and say somebody is straight up lying. Why? What is the lie? Okay, so you got to give us more than that. You can disagree, but you got to tell us why you disagree. You can't just come and throw an insult. Like to say somebody is straight up lying, that's like just throwing an insult. So we don't do that on this channel, okay? So tell us why you feel like what he's saying isn't valid.
Yeah, okay? Tell me how am I lying? Tell me what part am I lying? What part is it that I'm lying about?
Yes, that's what you got to do. You can't just say he's lying. You can say you disagree, but you got to tell us why, okay? You got to tell us what part you think is a lie, okay? Because I know you're new and you don't know how I play, but you can't just say that, okay? We like facts, and we don't just sling insults, What part do you think you disagree with, and what part do you think is a lie, okay? Now, here's another person. This Kwame dude. Kwame says, bruh, what did you get? Okay, Kwame want to know, what did you get from from doing what you were doing, from helping Mark selling the land? What did you get out of that?
I was supposed to get paid a commission. Instead, I have an over $5,000 airline bill that I'm still paying back from. So, and my finances are in shambles because I put a lot of time and effort into that. I diverted everything I had into this because I actually believed in it. So for me, I have nothing to show from it.
Okay.
Team member
says, go ahead. Team
member
says,
go ahead.
He says, do you know how much Mark owes, but not, no, he's saying, how much Mark owes, but not how much he paid. How come? So he said, how come you know how much he owes, but you don't know how much he's paid
When
you?
did I say I know how much he owes? When did I say I know how much he owes? When did I ever say that?
Team member, make that clear, okay? Can you answer
that? Makes sense. Because again, you saw what brother said about his books. I had no access to his books, so I don't know what he has in his books.
Yeah, they probably haven't seen that video yet, though, because it came out like out. They probably don't even know about that video, so I'll show them that video later. Why can't you estimate the amount you got paid? Honey, I told you the people on my channel is hard. They said, how come you can't estimate how much you got paid?
Because we want to be factual, and I'm not going to sit here and estimate it. I can tell. I'll be happy to be truthful about it, but right now, I have to come off and I have to look into my books, into my bank account to see how much I got paid, and I think I'm not going to do that right now.
Okay. Solo Soul is saying that Oral is telling the truth on that.
Yeah, that brother I know, because he got shot down. He got some shots fired across his bow too by T3andMe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just rude. That's the bully bunch. I'm wondering why he didn't say something when he found out this info using Pastor Fletcher's platform. So now, see, that's but Oral. Sometimes they don't know, and you have to repeat yourself over and over. Real, because they'll come in at different. Like this lady, I don't think she's been on here before. Since I've been talking about it, I don't remember seeing her name. So you might have to just tell her again. And there's also a receipt on my channel where I don't know if y'all saw that he's telling Pastor Fletcher, Pastor Fletcher's not right from what I'm seeing, okay? Because he told Pastor Fletcher in this receipt, why did you, throw me under the bus like that when, hold on, y'all. I'm going to pull it up. But Mark, you can go ahead and answer the question while I'm going to get the receipt to show her so she could see it.
So what she was asking, why didn't I go to try to clear it up with Pastor Fletcher? Well, to answer that question, I was actually in communication with Pastor Fletcher from the time I left the airport. I actually called Pastor Fletcher to say, I feel like something is off with Mark, and I'm going to go there and I'm going to find out. And as soon whatever I find out, I'm going to let you know. And he said, okay, brother, keep me posted. One of the calls I made after I found out what I found out about Mark is Pastor Fletcher. And he said something to the effect, well, that's really disappointing news. I'm going to have to take those two videos down, and I'm going to have to do a video to talk about this issue. And so with me telling him that, I thought he was going to actually tell the fact that I'm the one who actually gave him the information about Mark not doing the right thing. Instead, he did a video, and I was shocked when someone told me what he did, and I looked at it and I was really upset. So I called Pastor Fletcher and I said, Pastor Fletcher, how could you do something like that? I'm the one who told you about Mark. So that's what happened with that. Okay.
Now here is I know you might not have seen it, but this is a message where he sent Pastor Rick. And it says, Pastor Rick, that's Rick Fletcher, that is. That's not right what you did to me. I was the one who first told you what Mark was doing when I found out. For you to put me shoulder to shoulder with Mark and all is shady business. So he did say something to, it looks like from this message, he did say something to Pastor Rick Fletcher. And I don't know, the pastor could have cleared this up much better than what he did.
If you look at that video, you could have cleared it up much better.
And he could have had you come on his platform, because he's the one, and this what O'Shea talks about, Pastor Fletcher and this End of the World Ministry and this Dry Bones Project. Okay, all of that. They are sending these Hebrew Israelite people, in my opinion, they're sending them like sheep to the slaughter. They're sending them to Mark Meets Africa, and they're sending them to T3andMe, and these Journey with us, and all these other stepping stones to Africa, and all these other people.
Well,
So
I will say this to your audience, because I don't think Pastor Rick was necessarily a bad guy in this. I think he's somewhat of a victim. However, I
mhm.
think what he did is he actually saved his skin and threw me under the bus, and I
Then
still believe that. I still
that
believe
makes him
that.
a horrible person then. So if you throw somebody, but you're the pastor, you're the leader. You're the
You
one
have
that's
a point
telling
there.
people to
You have a
do
point there.
this. But instead of you saying, I made a mistake, I'm human. Human people got to understand humans make mistakes. I make mistakes. That's why I don't care when you say, oh, you said this wrong. So what? I'm human. You don't expect me to make mistakes. Something is wrong with you. Okay. Humans make mistakes. So when Mr. Fletcher, Pastor Rick, whatever your name is, you probably watching too. But if you know you made a mistake and you a true man of God, you're going to go, because God's word commands that you do that. You acknowledge you're wrong. You would go and say, I made a mistake. People, do not invest with Mark Meets Africa or T3andMe because of what I've been hearing in the community. But he never did that. He
No, I
never
think
did.
he. No, I think he did for Mark. I think he did. From the video I saw, he did mention about Mark. But
Yes.
yeah.
But let's back up. But what about the part where he didn't say that you told him? Did he say when you told
No,
him?
he did. No, he
Thank you.
didn't. Yeah.
That's the whole thing. So how many more people went down that road before, and they still going down that road? There are still Hebrew Israelites, elderly people going down that road because of this dry bones project, because they believe they're supposed to go back, and they're being taken advantage of, and this is unbelievable. Where's Mark? He's innocent until proven guilty. People don't judge based on so this person doesn't know. We don't have hearsay. We don't do hearsay on this channel. We do facts. Okay. You need to back up and go look through a couple videos, okay? Because we got a whole bunch of facts about Mark. Oral is not learned in selling real estate. So team
You're
members,
right. You're right.
he said he wasn't. He
Mhm.
was gullible. I was gullible. Mark easily convinces people. This is what Brother Robert is saying about you, Oral. He says that you were gullible and that he was gullible. Brother
Yeah.
Robert, he believed in him too. And
Yeah.
he was easily convinces people of his honesty when he's not, and he's the devil.
Yeah. I agree with that. Because, like I
So
said,
look,
because of the reputation,
mm-hmm.
he came highly recommended, and he was a great speaker, and he had some great ideas for our people, and he's about unity. So I was all for it.
Joy says, I would like to know, in your estimate, Mark, how much money do you think Mark was able to scam?
I don't want to come here and speculate anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's my best answer. I know he had a lot of money from people all over, but I'm not gonna estimate here, to be honest with you.
Kiki is reading the shady comments about Earl while he is on the phone. Wait, let me read.
Sending info to me. What are these people talking about?
So
I'm not even online.
So I'm sent what? So what am I doing now? I'm sending the shady comments to Oral about him while he's on the phone, and he's sending. I don't get what I'm supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be sending.
I guess they're saying and he's on the phone sending me info or something. I'm the only phone I'm on is the phone I'm holding in my hand. I'm not online any other way.
Yeah, and I can't send people information. Like, that's too much. Like, for me to do that and try to do this at the same time. No, I'm not. I mean, what do you want me to do? I mean, I don't have to I don't have to lie. I don't have any skin in the game. I don't have nothing in this game. I'm just trying to get the information out. Oh, Kiki, oh my goodness. They all talk about the Most High and lie on his name. And that's what's going on here.
That is true.
That's exactly what's going on here. So you tell me when you have to go, okay? Because we will go on for a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if there's no other questions, I think
sure it
I've
is.
answered
I'm
as
trying to
much
go
as I
through
did.
them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get them. Hold on, let me go down and go back up because I'm sure there's a lot of questions for you. It's hard for me to go like get them all that fast. Let's see. He said, okay. Let me see. Preachers, okay. That's the problem. He's got to stop being okay. So, Kung Fu Fanta said, if Mark has fled Tanzania, he might be in Zambia. He has visited there before, and if it is it is much cheaper than Tanzania. Do you know about any of that?
I don't know anything about that country, to be honest with you. The only country I visited in Africa was Tanzania, so I can't speak for the other countries.
So she says, London Lady says, hasn't even got funds for a flight. How was he expecting to survive in Africa?
Who's that supposed to be directed at me?
Yes. Yes. Saying you didn't have funds for the flight. So she said, how are you going to expect to survive in Africa? I told you they're rough.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Like I said, it's real easy for you to, when you're not on the hot seat, to throw mud and throw all kinds of dirty things at an individual because you're not on the spotlight. My whole goal when I got to Africa, I was promised a certain amount of funds, which I did not get. I was already there. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm already there. Do I want to find out the truth, or do I want to actually just say, let me go back, or let me turn around and go back? And also, it was going to cost me a lot if I turned around and go back, because my flight was set for later on that month. I was supposed to be there for 5 weeks. So what I did is I trusted in the Most High, and I asked for help, and I was able to get help to get to Mwanza to actually complete what I had planned to do. What I said I was going to go there. I said, either I'm going to find out what's going on, I'm going to set this thing straight, or I'm going to like put the eco village on track where people knows what's going on, where I do recordings, people could see the progress of their property, or I'm going to expose it for what it is. And so I exposed it for what it was. It was a lie. But my goal was to get there, even if I had to walk to get to Mwanza. My plan was to get there because I did not know what's going on, and I wanted to find out.
Mm-hmm. So London Lady says, first he said he was selling land for Mark. Then he said he was selling ideals, helping people transition to Africa. How?
When did I say I was selling land for Mark?
How? I'm not sure I mean, that's what we thought this whole time, that you were helping him sell the plots at the Eco Village. We thought that was your job, to help them buy the plots in the Eco Village. So then she says, how? What does it mean by helping people transition to Africa? So she wants to know, what do you mean when you say you help people make the transition to Africa?
I'm not even sure if I said that exactly, but people wanted to move back to Africa. Mm-hmm. I met this gentleman, Mark. He had an idea to get people plots in Mwanza, Tanzania. I thought it was a great opportunity for the people. I got on board to help them get land in Africa. If you look at the paperwork, nothing says Oral in there. Mm-hmm. It says Mwanza Eco Village. It doesn't say Mwanza Eco Village by Oral Gray. Everything is marked.
Okay. I'm just looking to make sure I don't see anything else. So they'll say, oh, Kiki, you were sparing him. Oral is, oh, hold on. I can't see that. Oral is taking a page out of Mark's playbook. Speak calmly and use a tone that sounds soothing and reasonable. It's all BS.
Okay, so what part of what I'm saying is BS, and what part of what I did was incorrect? Okay, if I find out, if I suspected that someone is doing something shady and I'm in business with them, should I continue going down the shady path, or should I try to get information to expose them? What should I have done, Miss Monday Morning Quarterback? What should I have done?
So Miss Tanzania says, I call her Miss Tanzania. Her internal name is Miss Diaspora Connect. Her name is Diaspora Connect Tanzania. Tanzania. She says, so is merge dissolved?
I have no idea.
And
I have
no, team member, go to bed. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, he himself mentioned to the people on the call when Oral has no part of merge. Oral has no dealings with merge. So I'm the wrong individual to ask that question.
Okay. I'm trying to see if I see anything.
And don't get me wrong, sis. When I thought this was a legit, I'll put this out there. When I thought this company was legitimate, I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to be involved in it more. And each time I pushed toward that, I got pushed back saying, oh no, right now we're just in the beginning stage. Don't worry, you'll become more a part of the company as time goes on. This is what I was told. So it's not like I was always on the outskirts, like, oh yeah, I'm just I'm on the outskirts and no. No, I wanted to be a part of it. It's just now in hindsight, I could say I'm glad he didn't allow me to be a part of it, because then I'd be further down the rabbit hole with him, because I didn't know all the shady things that he was doing.
Fiona says you shouldn't have been there, as you couldn't afford to be there in the first place.
I'm not even going to answer that. You could just scoot past that.
Okay. To brag, but I never was. Okay. Let me see. All right. I don't. Wait a minute. He said those things. Fiona says he said both of those things. He doesn't have money to even be there, but he's going to help others get there. Okay. Do you want to answer that one or no?
That's stupidity. I'm not even going to waste my time.
So, a Benjamin sister says, a Benjamite sister says, he is contradicting himself. Isn't that lying?
How am I contradicting myself? Please elaborate on how I'm contradicting myself.
Yeah. He is clearly lying. Well, he wants to know, where is he lying at, y'all? What part is he lying at? Where do y'all think he's lying, and what is he lying about? Okay.
Yeah, tell me. What am I lying about?
I guess what people are saying is it's a little naive to fly across the world relying on someone else for funds. So that's what they said. Then they said you did say you were selling land. And they said Earl is guilty too. He was hopping. Hold on, let me make this big. He was hopping. Sankofa says Earl is guilty too. He was hopping from group to group, even telling people to send donations to buy machines and tractors. He's just trying to clear his name. Earl is a known scammer. Ask him his occupation.
So what did I scam people off of? Tell me. I'm a known scammer. So what else did I scam people on? Because if you're part of a nonprofit organization, it's perfectly okay to ask for donations, number one. And number two, tell me like all the different things I scam people on, since I'm a known scammer. Tell me all the things I scam people on. It's like these people are just looking for blood, and they don't care where they get it from, whether it's innocent or guilty. They're gonna just attack.
I just get this is the next one says team member says Oral is up to his ears in scam. He has such a bad scammer.
But people are just talking. They don't bring any receipts. They're just talking. And that's the part that just, I'm not even going to waste my time being angry about it. It's just stupidity. It's just people, they have a platform and they want to talk. So it's like the keyboard warrior. So that's okay.
Okay, I'm here. I'm sorry. I had to plug up my computer. Okay, that's what he had to say. And let me see what this one is saying. I'm not throwing mud, idiot. I don't think she was. I don't know who she talking to, but she says, "I'm not throwing mud, idiot. I can afford to fly to Tanzania 10 times over. I couldn't put myself in Africa with no funds."
Well, good for you. You see, this is what's with the insults now. Okay, good for you. You can fly to Africa. That's awesome. Be very thankful that you could fly to Africa 10 times. Okay.
Okay, so let's go down here. Let's see.
Sister Kiki, it's nothing of substance here. So I'm probably going to get off. And it's not because I'm mad, because I'm not mad at all. Because it's I find it laughable. And this is one of the reasons why we are where we are at the bottom of the totem pole. Because all we do is we just like to attack each other. And it's kind of sad to a certain degree. Actually, it's not even to a certain degree. It's very sad that I'm literally here explaining what happened, and for whatever reason, you're always going to have people that they're not going to believe me. They're going to think somehow I had something to do with it, and no matter what you tell them, they're never going to be convinced. You can have 100 people come and said, no, that's not this guy. I know him. He's not that type of person, and they're going to believe whatever they want to believe. So at the end of the day, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. So I can't convince anybody of anything if they're not ready to be convinced. So it's just a waste of time at the end of the day. But I said what I had to say. You saw the receipts, Ms. Kiki, and it's nothing more I can say.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry that wow. These people are just this is what they're telling me. They're saying that they are just responding to what you're saying. So
what? But I don't think so. What are they responding to? Because they keep saying things with no actual proof or no evidence. They're just saying stuff. So at this point, I think I've already said my piece, and it's nothing more for me to say. If it's up to them at the end of the day to either believe I'm telling the truth or believe I'm right there, as Pastor Rick put me shoulder to shoulder with Mark, where I knew all about it and I was trying to scam people. And if they want to believe that, you know what? Show your proof. If not, please keep your peace. Because I think I showed my receipts. Okay, what reason would I have to go all the way to Wanza to where I had to have help to go to get there to show that this property or this deal was not even legitimate from the beginning? Why would I put myself through all of that?
Okay, so were you on TEO Ministries?
No, I was never part of TEO Ministries.
So this guy is saying that
I used to come there. And I used to talk on his ministry, but I was never part of it. And he would say flat out that no, I was never a part of TEO Ministries.
Okay, he says what is Oral's occupation? He is a scammer. Listen to him on TEO Ministries. Okay, so here, Oral, these people want to come up here. Is that okay with? I'm not really sure what they want to say, but do you want to listen to what they have to say?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead. Whoever wants to go first.
Yeah, I'd like to say something. I would be careful for people in the chat that are going to be calling somebody a scammer unless you actually have the receipts coming to you from people who have actually been scammed. I know it's easy to be from the outside looking in and then making your judgments based on little bits of video, little bits of post in text and stuff like that. It's much harder to actually figure it out that way. One thing, though, is that Mark Meets Africa knows what he did. The gentleman that's on the panel is giving his side of the story. So you got to think about it like this. So, and let me say this first. Some people say, well, he's trying to get ahead of this. He's trying to get in front of it. So he's trying to cover himself. Let's forget that for a moment. The excitement part about it is easy for people to get into because a lot of people want to be in Africa. A lot of people want to own land in Africa for whatever the reason is. Right. But the problem is when people get excited, that's why I brought it up in the chat, is that when you get excited and then somebody has a so-called solution for you, then you just go for that solution and it's on YouTube. And when it comes down to the logistics of actually trying to obtain that land, whether if it's for leasehold or freehold in some countries, the thing is that they're not going to give you the particulars of how to go about it. So why are all these people who have the solution don't tell you to get a lawyer? How come they don't tell you to go to the Lands Commission? How come they don't talk really about registration? If they do, they kind of dance around the subject. And with all these consultations, why are they charging $250, $500, even up to $1,000? I've seen even on Facebook. This is a real issue, people. And one thing that really gets me, and one of the reasons why I wanted to call up, is that when I saw that map of the plots laid out, right, it looks just like a copy of what happened in Kenya a couple of years ago with JT, the bigger figure. Yes, for the few people who know who he is, he did the exact same thing in a county called Makueni County in Kenya. And he was going for citizenship, had a lawyer and everything. He videos everything. So he videoed his encounter with his own lawyer, telling him about a title deed that's going to be held for him in trust.
Right.
Because it takes 7 years to be a citizen in Kenya. And the do's and the don'ts. So he knew he was not a citizen, so he had no legal right to ever sell land in Kenya. But what did he do? He had this land set aside. He started selling plots. He started dividing them up, just kind of like that map that we saw. It was a little different, but it's the same thing. And when she found out about it, his lawyer was a lady. When she found out about it, she dropped him because her reputation was on the line. And he got in trouble, not just for that, but he got in trouble for a lot of different things in Kenya. He fled Kenya back to the U.S. He scammed 42 people. Okay, he charged anywhere from like $1,000 to up, I think, like $5,000 was the regular price for a little plot of land. Broke it up into square feet. One gentleman, he did charge him like over $20,000. That gentleman right now is suing him in a class action suit. So, and he's in Kenya going for his citizenship. So we got JT on audio because what he does, he contradicts himself. He'll say one thing that's correct, then say another thing that's not correct. And I've actually had his former lawyer on in 2023 talking about that map and all that other stuff.
But I thought JT paid all those people back except for, I think, 2 people. And he said those 2 people, he was never paying them back because of the way they went about the whole situation. And that he really wasn't. I mean, that whole situation, they wanted me to talk about JT. But after I looked at the whole situation, it's not the same thing because a scammer is not going to pay you back. He is not going to pay back all them people. JT paid back all them people. And he told them I paid back all those people. He told us.
But Kiki, he made that video. Did you watch that video when he did that?
Well, no, because I'm not really going to talk about JT because I don't talk about stuff I don't know. I really don't know about, and I don't really know his story all together. I just know that part. I saw that part, and I can't, and I don't want to put it out because the stuff's on my channel. Like O'Shea said, if you on my channel, you did that. Now, I can't put JT out here like he did that. Because I don't think JT did that. Because for one, JT paid people back. Scammers don't pay you back. They don't pay you back.
But the thing is, he made that video. We have no proof that he paid anybody back except that one gentleman that said he got his money back. So everybody else we don't know. So but he definitely didn't pay one person back. So that'd still be a scam. That's one thing.
And he said he wasn't going to pay him back either because of the. And then they said, oh, he lost this big judgment because somebody wrote me. Just really wanting me to go and say, get Jay. It probably was the person because.
I'm sorry, Kiki. I have to get ready to go. Okay. If someone have like a question or something really fast.
For you?
Yeah, Earl. Thank you. I need to say something real quick for Earl.
He said you got a question for me because I'm about to get off here.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, this is Brother Robert.
Okay.
I believe you're telling the truth. Because I was scammed by Mark too. I was getting ready to invest. And basically what it was getting in on the ground floor. And when you start a new business and it's the ground floor, a lot of people are excited.
Yes.
And that's what this was about. And if you get in, like, just think if you had got in when Microsoft first started, or some of these other companies when cell phones first came out, you would be a multi-billionaire. You know,
Yeah.
so basically, that's what it was all about. So, Oral, you can go away and lay your head on your pillow, and there's a brother out here that believes you, because you did the right thing, and don't let these naysayers take you down, because I believe your heart was in the right place.
And you and then you did, and then you know, I just respect the fact that you did come on here and you tried. Okay, I told you these people are really rough, and you know, a lot of people have lost a lot of money behind this, a lot of money, and you know, this is just how they feel. They feel like, you know, something's not right with you behind all of this also. And you know, I'm just telling you what they're telling me, and that's what they're telling me.
No, that's fine.
That's what they're saying to me. But I thank you for coming on here.
Yeah.
You know, I thank you for sending everything you sent in, but they still just have those questions of like, how could you follow Mark? How could you do this?
And I said what I said about that.
Yes.
And sir, before I get up, I appreciate you taking the time to say what you said, because if even one individual say that, it means a lot to me, because like I said, I have an 84-year-old mother, and people saying things like this, you know, this would really hurt her heart, because she knows what kind of heart I have. And if I have to scam somebody to make a dollar, and I have to take a penny from them, you could keep that dollar. And that's the way I've always been. I've worked with the senior markets all my career, and I never once had anybody call me a scammer until this whole incident. And when I'm looking and I'm seeing all these people calling me a scammer, it makes me laugh. So, but I appreciate the time, and I appreciate what you said. You said, sir, I have to go because I have a son here waiting for me, and I've been on this thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's okay.
But thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All
Thanks
right.
for telling your story.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. So Kiki, so basically, the thing that really makes me think that when you talked earlier, like they're playing from the same playbook, is that map really tells a lot. Like I said, that's what JT used a couple years ago, and now I see that Mark is using it, and I think it was used somewhere else even before JT. There was another instance somewhere else, I think somewhere in West Africa, that somebody drew out a map, something very similar to that.
He is a scammer.
And unfortunately, what I just have to tell everybody is that, hey, don't buy any land from a YouTuber. Stay off these Facebook. I mean, go ahead and just, you know, get entertained or whatever. But when it actually comes to the brass tacks, whatever you do in the US and the way you go about it, that should be about the same when you go to Tanzania, Kenya, Ghana, or anywhere else.
Exactly.
And if a bank is not involved, stay away from it. That's all I really got to say.
Because it's going to be extremely difficult to get your money back.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Thank
you so much. No, thank you. Okay. Bye-bye. Talk to you later. Okay, Brother Robert, I'm about to.
Okay, here's the last thing to say.
Uh-huh.
There's more than just land scams going on. Because when I got scammed, I lost $15,000 because they cloned. I sent money over to Africa. It was in an account, in a bank account, and they cloned the phone of the person that I trusted, and was able to withdraw the money out of the account. And I was informed by one of the scammers, who was a lady. She basically felt bad because they were trying to take the whole 30 grand.
Oh, wow.
And told me about it while it was going on. So I got in contact with people and had the bank shut the money off. But he only got away with 15,000. So
that's still a lot.
Yeah, and I was sick for a long time for that. That was a lot, you know, and it just this way. I'll put it this way: these scammers got 24/7 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to do nothing but think of ways to take your money.
Right.
So that's their
Exactly.
job.
That's what they do. That's their job. Yeah. What's your email?
It was in
Or
Nigeria.
was a part of
That was in
TLE?
Nigeria.
Here, send it to me. I'm sorry,
And
I'm
that was
listening.
out of Nigeria. So, hey. Well, anyway, thanks for letting me come on.
Oh, anytime. Anytime.
These people
Hold
are
on.
critical.
What'd you say, Brother Robert?
I said, thanks for letting me come on. These people are pretty critical behind their keyboards.
You are more than welcome. Let me get on. Now I'm going to put on the rest of these videos out here. And
all right, I'll see you later.
And I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye. Team member, not today. Okay, I got to get these videos out. I'm sorry. When people, I can't let you come up here now. I'm sorry. I got to get these videos out. All right, so look. Mark sent me some videos today. I don't know whether y'all seen it or not, but I talked to two people who do not believe that Mark is a scammer or was involved in, not Mark, oh Jesus, Oral was not involved in scamming. Okay, so I got it. I'm sorry, team member, but we're running behind, and I got to stay on schedule. Okay, so let me do this, and then next time we can all come up and talk a little longer. But I'm going to start yawning and I'm going to start messing up because I'm going to be sleepy in a very few minutes. Okay. So there was a gentleman that I had the opportunity. I talked to a lady, and then I had the opportunity to talk to a gentleman today also. This gentleman, he wanted to share with you all his experience with Mark, because Mark does not want his reputation in this community to be known as a scammer. Okay. He doesn't want that at all. So he had different people call me and tell me about their experiences with him. And this man, he did not mind. He's in Tanzania right now, and he didn't mind me sharing.
So, again, would you, before we hang up, do you mind telling me why do you think Mr. Oral was not involved? Like when he did know about the scamming that Mark was doing, that he told people, but people don't believe he told people. What do you have to say about that? That he let people know what was going on?
Well, I don't know what he tell people, but I know for me, he did tell me to pull off on it until he get there to see what's going on. So I can only speak about what he told me personally.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I can stand on. Whatever he tells people, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The part of it is that when Mark told me that I shouldn't have gone and take my money back out from the bank because all it had nothing to do with the books.
So see, he told Mark, Oral told this man to take, the man when he wanted to buy more land. Okay. He wanted to buy more land from Mark. Okay. Oral said, no, wait till you get here and check everything out before. All right. So he did. So this is what this man wants you to know, that Oral did warn him as soon as he found out.
I take what he said at that moment as what he say,
Mm-hmm.
So if he said that all it had nothing to do with it, then that's all I can go with.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the facts that I know.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you think, again, I know you told me earlier, but just for the record, would you tell the people again, what made you want to pull your money back? Because you had purchased land and then you wanted more land and you had talked to Oral. And was it Oral talking to you, letting you know what was going on? Or what was it that made you say, no, I better stop?
The slow progress of how things was coming along.
Mm-hmm.
It was, like 1 month was one thing, and then the next month is the same thing, and nothing was going forward. And then from what I see, it was a lot of people was involved at the time, purchasing land and stuff, sending money for to build house or whatever. And like I said, I know for a fact in construction, there are certain steps had to be taken.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did tractors or backhoes and stuff moving in, and then I saw where he had 3 men with slippers on, and they were like, scraping the top of the dirt.
No, team member cannot talk because I have a show that I have to run. Okay. So part of my show is not to just let everybody come up here and talk. Okay. People come here for information, not to hear me talk or hear a team member talk. Okay. No, I put out information. I don't just sit up and talk.
With some holes.
No, he couldn't talk.
I'm talking about a hole that, like, if you're scraping the top of the dirt to plant something or whatever.
Yes. Uh-huh.
That
No, I said yes. You're correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that tells me right there, either he don't know what he's doing, because if you're talking about acres of land, you don't need 3 men to be doing any work with hoes on the land. You need backhoes, you need, equipment to dig or whatever to grade the land and all this other stuff. You don't need that you don't need 3 men with hoes and say, this is what we're doing right now. So once I saw that, I know something is not right. So right away, I just say, okay, let me just stop this in the track and get my money back.
So he said he saw a video of them using, the little garden tools to break up to clear the soil. And he said then he knew Mark, and then Mark was lying, because he said he knows with that much land, you can't do that like that.
All right. Now, and you did get your money back. Will you share with the people how you got your money back? So in case that can help somebody else?
I told the bank that I was not satisfied.
How did I let Oral off the hook? How? I asked him every question that I saw that was addressed to him. I sent him every email, every message that I seen. I even let him come up here. So how did I let him off the hook? Please. I even let you come on here. You couldn't, but these other 2 people came up here. 2 people came up here. So how did I let him off the hook? Please tell me that. Remember, this is a channel about facts, not what you think and what you feel, okay? Or not what somebody just talking about. So if you can't prove that, I wouldn't say that.
With the progress of what I see going on that I invested in. And they said, okay, and they said, we'll let you know in 7 days or whatever. They said they'll have to reach out to the person who is involved. And within a week or whatever, I see the money was returned in my account.
Okay, good.
And hold on.
Another thing I believe also, if you send money to someone, and I believe within 90 days, you have a better chance of getting it back. I think if you wait over 90 days,
yes,
then the bank would have issues with it, with going forward trying to give you back your money.
Problems. Yes, he's right.
But Brother Trevor, can you do me a favor and share with the people our conversation and how things transpired when you contacted me asking to purchase additional plots of land? Can you share that information with the people? And what I told you after you mentioned that to me, what I told you.
Yeah, like I said, you did tell me the whole of that you are going to Tanzania, and hold off from purchasing any more land until you get over there and see what's going on, and then you will let me know going forward what I need to do.
And after I got there, what did I tell you that I found out?
You did tell me that you went to, I think, some city or some
Mwanza.
department.
Mwanza.
Yeah, someone's a department, and you told me that you saw where Mark did not the business was not registered. Um, apparently, like it was registered was in the present time, not the time that all this.
So remember, he told us that too, that the business had not been registered. When he got to Wanza, he found out the business hadn't been registered till like February. It was registered, but Mark was selling land way back in 2023, which is illegal. Okay, even if it's registered now, it wasn't registered then, and that is illegal. So that receipts video is out there. There's just a little more left, where the man is basically saying Mark Oral didn't have access to Mark's account, and just verifying pretty much what Oral was saying. All right, now we're going to. Okay. Now we're gonna shift gears. Now let me get these comments. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I done lost track of the comments. Y'all know that, right? I done lost complete track of where we are. So show your what? What is going on in this comment section? Hold on. Kung Fu Fanta is saying to Miss Tanzania, no, it's not. Stop lying. What y'all talking about? I really thought he was an African American. Who are y'all talking? What are y'all talking about? Who? Mark Oral? Oral is African American. Show your our face, bud. You said a lot about my people, then hide behind your Kenyan wife. Oh, what? What are y'all talking about? You bring you're being condescending again, proving her point. What are y'all talking about? Woo! Mzungo is a white person. I know that for a fact. If they call a black person Mzungo, it's because they speak the white man's language. Yes, they do. That's what it means. You speak the white man language. You from the language where you from the country where they speak that language. Oh, African Goddess says, married to a Kenyan and seems to live in Africa and do business here. What are y'all talking about? No woman nowhere around these dude and a dude came here. What? No women nowhere around this dude. The dude came here named Crypto Walk. What you talking about? No woman nowhere around this dude. And a dude came here named Oral. What y'all talking about? What do you mean? What are y'all talking about? Did you understand that Mizugo does not actually mean white? Okay. All right. Y'all done started talking about. I don't think they like you, Kung Fu Panda. What's your name? Kung Fu Fanta. I don't think some of these people on here like you too well. All right, now we are going to slide our way. Oh, Edra said they are just dragging people today. Not good for your channel. Okay, y'all stop. She said y'all on here just messing with people. Okay. Now, y'all stop because Edra said that y'all on here just dragging people for no reason. So don't do that, okay, y'all? We don't do that. Now, you can disagree, but you got to have facts, okay? You can't just be talking about people. All right? So please stop. TNK says, dear chat, stop the racist crap right now. No, I don't like that. Kiki doesn't approve when I will time you out. If Kiki wants to correct me, she will. No, we don't do that over here, y'all. I don't do that. We don't care what color you are, We don't care about that over here. Okay? We care about the facts. All right? The facts. So, no, I don't do that. And I don't like that. I don't like to, I don't like that. I'm just not about that. Okay? I'm not about that. I'm about I'm about right and wrong and truth. All right, so now speaking of truth, let's ease on into T3 and me while y'all get this chat back under control because Kung Fu Fontaine done set it off. All right, so T3 and me. Well, y'all know how I got on T3 and me. T3 and me thought they could just come into my comment section and just set it off. Once they did that, they went and made a video where they lied on me about something minor. And I said, wow, if you lie on me about something minor, then you'll lie about major stuff because that means you are just a liar. Then I told you I saw the video about Miss K. Miss K's friends and family began to write me and produce receipts. I made a video about those receipts last week. Okay? So we saw those receipts last week, correct? Oh, I just got another receipt. I'll be watching that when we get off. All right, so I have been hearing about T3andMe being scammers, right? Then I saw a video come across my timeline about them being this lady accusing them of scammer. First, I saw the video about her being all excited about purchasing land with them. Then I saw the video about them regretting to do land with her. And then I get the emails about her story. Well, then in the meantime, I get another email. Okay? And in this email, the gentleman is letting me know that he is in the process of suing T3andMe. All right. And I said, wait a minute. As I'm reading this email, I'm thinking, this sounds like the man who wrote who they did the video about. Okay, they did a video about a man who had accused them of scamming them. And they were saying he was threatening them and everything. And hold on. That he was threatening them and he was doing all kind of that he was doing all kind of things. I'm sorry, y'all. He was doing all type of things that, let me show y'all. I'm trying to get the pictures that he sent me. So he sent me pictures of, well, he sent me an email. He actually sent me an email with his receipts and everything in it. And I made a video, but the video is not working for some reason. I don't know why, but I can't get it to oh, hold on. Maybe I can. Let me see if it'll come up. Hold on. Let me see. I might just have to do the video. Let me just show y'all some of the receipts. Okay. Now, this man is currently, because I can't find the video on T3andMe's channel right now, and I can't just go through here and just look like that. So we're going to look at this man's receipts, and then I'll make the video then I'll make the video for you all. Okay. Is this it? Then I'll make the video for you all. But he sent me a lot of these pictures. And I'm trying to pull them up. I thought I sent them to myself, but I guess I didn't. Is this it? No, that's the other one. Hold on, y'all. I have so many pictures. Hold on, let me send them real quick, and then I'll pull them up and let y'all see them. And then what I'll do is I'll make a video of it, okay? I'll make a video about this so we can get all the receipts in here. This is a quick little video, but this isn't the one that I want you guys to really see. But this will give you an idea of what we're going to talk about next, okay? So this man has an active lawsuit against T3andMe, all right? He wrote me, and he told me, he shared with me what he sent to them. And one of the things he sent to them, so the videos won't play on here, right? Hold on, y'all. See if y'all can see this. Okay, hang on. I might just have to send the pictures. So he said that he was he had bought land for T3andMe, right? It had been a while. Nothing. There was nothing done, nothing being done on the land. The same story that everybody says. They wait for so long, and then, you know, nothing happens. So he decides he's going to talk to them about, you know, the issue. Well, of course, you know, these people are rude, so they become very disrespectful to him. Okay, I'm going to show y'all these. This is just a few. I have a whole lot more, okay? So I'm going to show you these little bitty receipts. And then I'll do a video, and we're going to talk more about this man next week, okay? Because not Mark, Lord, why I keep calling this man Mark? Oral came on, and that kind of took up a lot of our time. But I do appreciate him coming on, like I said, and for him sharing his experience, because he didn't have to do that. He did not have to do that. So let me see if this is here. All right, now this man, we're going to call him, Mr. Man. That's what we're going to call him, y'all. We're going to call him Mr. Man. Now let me show you what Mr. Man sent me. Wait, let me make it big because I don't want any private information to show. So let me open this. Let me see if y'all can see this. Okay. Now he starts off sending me an email with his receipts in it. Now again, this is the next person we're going to talk about, because this person also says that they are currently in a lawsuit with T3andMe in Tanzania over a land deal, a land dispute, where they paid for land. I guess they paid for a house or something. I'm not sure what all. I got to go back through it. But this is the receipts. This is only some of them, of how much money this man has sent them. Okay, and he is saying that he did not. Let me get the rest of these pictures. He did not get what he paid for. Okay, and it's more money than this, but like I said, I can't get the video up for you right now. So I have to make a video and add these receipts on here. Okay, so that's what we're going to go to. Yeah, next week. Because I can't, what is this one? No, that's the one about the Gambia. Yeah, I got the, yeah, give me some time to get this together, get that one together. But this one is about a man. Mr. Man bought some land from T3 and he is saying that he's involved. Oh, I can read y'all some of it. Yeah, I sure can. And then I'll make a video. So I'll give y'all a little bit of what he said. Okay, on here. So hold on. And then we'll finish it with the video. He says, "Hello, my name is Mr. Man, and I was scammed by the Fords. I am sending you the original email that I sent to Tim. It also contains the receipts. If you would like me to, I will be available." And of course, he and his wife tried to YouTube intimidation me. All right. Then he goes on, and this he sent this to T3 on January 13th, 2025. And again, I'll be producing that receipt. It is on my phone. He said, this is the discussion he sent me. He added me into this email thread and just sent it to me. "This is the roundtable attached to the email. You will find all the transactions, invoice, and I sure do. I got it all. Invoice, contracts, etc. I've been in Tanzania since October. I have yet to get, listen to this, I have yet to get anything tangible per our agreement. You should have been able to at least show me something." He's talking to Mr. Tim Ford. "No land title deed, no land, no cement mixer, no diesel generator, and most importantly, no Magica interlocking block machines. Nothing. I want I'm sorry. I want all of my money back. You can tally up these receipts and make it happen. And just for your audacity, you can make an even 30,000 USD. The attached voice message you sent me will clarify. I guess I was supposed to loan you the money to pay for something that was already paid for. I'm sorry. I guess I was supposed to loan you the money to pay for something that was already paid for. I'll give you 24 hours from 8 a.m. Tuesday morning to make this happen. Reach out and I will organize the instructions. Try anything funny or attempt anything, or me and my associate and people who are and people who are copied in this email have specific instructions. I would have much rather been over here doing the work we discussed at length instead of calling you out on your lies. Other people are complicit in this, but they haven't lied to me to my face or stolen from me. You'll see the list of emails of the people whom this same email will be forwarded to if you miss the appointed time. I would have preferred that you be who you claim to be. We talked on video, in person, and on the phone, man to man. You have proven to me otherwise. I came here to do the work that you claim to be doing." Shaking my head. "You don't understand that not 1 cent that was sent to you was a loan. Hence the invoices, etc. The attorney copied in this message should be able to give you wise counsel, hopefully. I hear that you have other issues with other investors. I wonder, nah, I'm not trying to bring any more trouble to you. Just give me back my money and I'll go away quietly. Reach out for wire instructions, no installations, and no, I will not accept that what is offered and accept what was stolen. Would you? I don't think so. So the list of these people, oh, look at this, y'all. He sent this to Journey with Us. Journey with Us. He sent it to somebody named Convent Awakenings. Here we go again with this TEOTW Ministries. O'Shea seems to think they're heavily involved. I need to start checking them out also. Rick Fletcher, here we go again. What's up with that? Here we go again. Stepping Stones to Home. Here we go again. And news at Fox 13 in Memphis, Tennessee, and the Newsroom, Channel 5. Wow. So this is the man who sent all this stuff out. I am going to forward this email so y'all can see these pictures, and then we're going to get off of here. Then I'm going to make a video. All right, I'm going to make a video so y'all can see the receipts. And there's more. Oh, there's so much more. This is like the most receipts I've ever had. These are books and books and books of receipts, contracts, everything, everything. So I'm not sure how you people are going to get out of this. I don't know why you're saying these people are lying when these people have clear receipts of what they gave you and what you gave them. And it is not the same. I'm sorry, it is not the same. So let's pull this up. This is Mr. Mann's story, and this is just the beginning of Mr. Mann's story. I will continue Mr. Mann's story next week. So let me get this email up here. Yeah, that's probably about as big as it'll go. No, I can't show y'all this because hold on. Some of them I can, and then some of them I can't because his name is on here. So I got to be careful. I don't want to show you his private information. So hold on. Let me get it where we're going to start right here. So I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, y'all. I don't know what this is. It's some kind of, I don't know what this is. But this is the first thing. Oh, this the cement mixer, y'all? The magic block maker. He said it was supposed to be 5 magic block makers. So that's one thing. Let me see this. So he's showing y'all the Echo Village. This is it. And he's showing that there's nothing there. Something is supposed to be here that he paid for. But as you see, there's nothing there. Let me see what this is. This is where he sent them some money. And hold on, let me see if this one has his name on it. Yep. Hold on, this is where he sent them some more money. Let me pull it back up here. I had to hide the name. And again, you know I'm going to make this into a video. Y'all know I am. Look at this. This is where he sent them some more money. And look, Ford's Herbal and Doula Services. This is some. I'm not going. Please do not send money to people whose name is Doula Services. What does Doula Services have to do with you selling land in Tanzania? What does it do? That I'm not going to even comment on that. We're going to go back. Hold on. I accidentally closed out of it because I'm just all these words, all these names they use, all these games they play, you know, trying to get people all twisted up, and they doing this to old people. You know, they doing this to elderly people. an elderly person, she's probably wondering what in the world is a doula, you know? And they say, oh, well, she must be something important. No, she's not. She's something she want to be important. Now, so here's another where he sent him all this. They sent him this money, training, transport, accommodations, and food, $3,000. This is invoice for services. So he sent him the building for all of that. That's another receipt he showed us. Let me go down. I don't want y'all to see his name. So can I show y'all all of these? Okay, these, I can do it to the 618. Let me go back and put these up here. Yeah. So I'm not sure how they gonna say they didn't do none of this. I'm not sure about that when it's all right here. Yeah, it's all right here. And there's more. All right, so this is where we're going to stop tonight with Mr. Man and his receipts. We will pick up next week. I'm going to do that video. We're going to pick up next week. I'm going to present the lawsuit also. I have a copy of the lawsuit. I have a copy where they're also involved in some type of, I don't know if it's a litigation, hasn't made it to the court yet, but there is a lady who was formally demanding money from him because he put her and her sister in an unsafe environment. Okay. And I think they were renting an Airbnb or renting something from him. All right. So we're going to talk about them too. All right. So that's where we're stopping at tonight. All right, y'all. So let me get these comments. And we're going to be done for the night. We will be done for the night. Oh, yeah, y'all. Happy Easter. Thank you for spending Easter with me. Because someplace it's Easter time. So thank you for spending your holiday with me, for talking. Thank you, team member, as always. Thank you for everything. The comments on the stream is going to, oh, God. Oh, God. But Edra to say y'all was dragging people, it was bad. How was he able to leave his job and Simplify off to check on land? Listen to y'all. He needed a job, but won't admit. He needed a job, but won't admit it. Grace says. Y'all are rough. Can we please focus on Kiki? Oh, what are y'all talking about? Lord. Making it appear that their business is earning money. Honey, yes, but it's not. They're living off of this money, in my humble opinion. He paid T3. He paid for T3 to go to Kenya to get the block bakers. Yes. Yes. He did all of that, and he got nothing. Erykah Badu is a dude. So that tells you right there. You're sending your money to Erykah Badu. Would you trust Erykah Badu to buy you land, to build you a home, her and her man, whoever he is at that quarantine? That lets you know who you're dealing with. All right? That lets you know who you're dealing with. This is it's going into their business account. Yep. So they must have all their businesses going into one account. Now, who does that? You're not even supposed to do that. Why are there any houses? Why aren't there? Yes, good question. That's what I want to know. All these people sending their money and they've been doing this for a while. How come there's no houses built? That's what Mr. Man is saying. And we couldn't get to him tonight. Please forgive me, Mr. The Jamaican man. We were supposed to get to him tonight, Mr. Jamaican Travels. We couldn't even get to you tonight, sir, because Mr. Oral came on. But we wanted to hear from Mr. Oral, and I wanted to give him, because he was kind enough to offer, I wanted to give him a place to tell his story. Okay. So yeah, I wish someone would send me money, honey, like that. I don't want nobody's money like that. No. Most of them are part of the, yes, we need to get information. Let me write myself a note. Dry bones. What the heck is that? I'm not going to invest nothing called dry bones. Because you know what that dry bones mean? That means dry bones dries up your soul. So you know what? That means they're going to take everything you got to your soul is dried up to nothing left. To its bone dry. Why would you invest in something called dry bones? Why would you name your project Dry Bones? More to come on them. Yeah, more to come. These church people are too heavily involved in this. Too heavily involved in this. Wow, that's a lot of money sending to that payment with that name. Yes, it is a lot of money. It's more. And I couldn't even show y'all all of it because his name is on there. His name is on there. There's more than that. There's more than that. I'm going to go work on the video when I get off of here. Yeah, it's more than that. I couldn't believe it. And I'm sitting up here like, oh my God, why? Why would you do this? Because he trusts, and then he talk about he's affiliated with the AU. So Mr. Man thinking he's an African ambassador. He's thinking he's an ambassador for the AU also. And if you're an ambassador for the AU, you ain't scamming nobody. So that's another reason he trusted this dude. We showed y'all last week. This dude ain't no ambassador to nothing. Nothing. He bought that little certificate online, and it's a little program. It's a mock AU program that high school kids go to. Don't buy land in Africa without a lawyer. You see, none of them are telling y'all to get a lawyer. None of them are telling y'all to get a lawyer. None of them are recommending y'all go to the whatever business registry place. None of them are recommending that you get some real advice. None of them are saying, I don't have no education. I don't have no degrees. I can't do none of this. If I was in the United States, I would go to jail for trying to do this. But because I'm in Africa, I can get it off. Especially elderly people. That's a federal crime. When you do this to elderly people here, that is a federal crime. Please, people, if you need help prosecuting these people, please contact me. Kung Fu blocked who they wanted to hear with some anti-JT. Kung Fu blocked who they wanted to hear with some. What are y'all talking about? Some anti-JT. What? Honey, I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all done had your own party in the comment section, in the chat. You'll live and you learn to discern more. I heard what I heard. He jumped on and immediately lecturing the chat about how he was wrong for criticizing Oral without receipts. Within lecturing, what y'all talking about? Oh, Lord. Let me get out y'all conversation. Sound like y'all heated. So, whoa. Whoa, what's going on in the chat? Broker lawyer is where they have gone to visit, except a scam. Is where they should have gone to visit. Honey, yes. Honey, yes. Please. Please. T&K doesn't need to be what? Zion, why do you say that about T&K? Leave T&K alone. What are y'all arguing about? What is wrong? Kung Fu G's. As far as Mara, I haven't been keeping up. Right, we're not talking about Mara. We talking about we didn't even talk about him. We don't know nothing about him. T3andMe said he will deal with Kiki. Oh, he did. Where does he say he's going to deal with me? And how is he going to deal with me? Where does he say that? I would love to hear him say he's going to deal with me. I can't wait. I can't wait for him to see what I mean? These little petty threats. Instead of you answering the allegations, you want to threaten somebody. Do you think I'm scared? You think I'm scared? I'm not scared. I'm not scamming nobody. You the one that people are accusing, the people you've done business with. These aren't just people who just talking. These people have done business with you. They are saying that you are a scammer. I'm not saying you're nothing. I don't even know you. So I'm asking you the question. I'm presenting them with a platform. So please deal with me. Please. I'm waiting. I am waiting, honey. I am waiting. I am waiting. Hey, y'all, was busy with the East. Hey, Steph. Honey, you missed it. They've been going at it in the chat, girl. I don't know what happened over there. But it's been wild. Somebody, y'all got to tell me what happened. They will deal with me. Whatever. Just like Black Acres tried to put a juju in me, right? Now look at Black Acres and look at me. Okay? Good luck with that, T3andMe. Sherry Ash, give up. You're just getting started. The Fosters are going to weed themselves out. They sure are. Who is Sherry Ash? What's she doing? All right. It looks like things are progressing like Mark. Well, see, that's the one thing they don't like, Kung Fu, is when you come on here, it's like you have your own agenda. Like you're trying to make us talk about something we don't talk about. We don't talk about Mara. We're not talking about him tonight. So when you come on here trying to decide, set the stage of what we're going to talk about, just like, what's the dude's name? JT, the bigger figure. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Mark Meets Africa and T3andMe. That's who we're talking about. So when you come on here and you're talking about other stuff, they don't like that, and they're going to jump all over you for that. So I see now what's going on. For one, you're coming on here talking about stuff that's important to you. It ain't important to us. We respect that it's important to you, but you need to respect that that ain't important to us. We don't think JT is a scammer. So we don't want to hear it because we don't agree. Scammers don't pay back 40 people and say, I'm not paying two back because of personal reasons. So scammers don't operate that. Mara, he probably is, but we don't know nothing about him. And we're not talking about him. There are people on here who's lost lots and lots of money. We want to keep the topic where it is. We want to keep the heat where the heat goes, not what you think is important. All right. So I think that's what's part of the problem here tonight, is that you like talking about what you want to talk about. And that's not what we do over here. Okay. You know, you're more than welcome to come to the party, but hey, you got to follow the dress code. And the dress code is not that. The dress code is black and white, not pink, yellow, and blue. I even let you come up here, and I don't let people come up here. I don't do that because I have a certain things I have to talk about. So no, that's where you making them upset. That's where you making them upset. Exactly. You can't come on here and have a quiet seat. Got to try and take over. Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like that. Yeah, you don't come in our house trying to take over our house. Yeah, we big on respect over here. And we feel like you don't even know us like that. You know, we don't know you and you don't know us. Why is T and K mad? Because I'm calling out suspicious weirdo behavior. What the heck is going on? She's blocking because I asked why these dudes have no women around. Honey. Woo, Jesus. What is going on tonight? Oh, Jesus. Wait, let me see what Steph said. Okay, y'all. Kind of glad Team Blue was here because this fast got me a little test. Because this fast got me a little test. Okay. He has his own channel for that. Yes, you have your own, because I've been on your own channel. Right. That's why when I go to people's channels, I don't just talk about what I want to talk about. I talk about what they talking about. And I ain't constantly talking so people will know, oh, Kiki Loves Nigeria is right here. Kiki Loves Nigeria is on here. I don't do that because it's their channel and I'm there as a guest, and I'm there to just comment a little bit, be a part of the community. I don't want to stand out on somebody else's channel in their chat because that's rude, and especially if I'm not talking about or commenting on what they're talking about. Yeah, they think you want to be seen and they don't like that. Mark did respond, honey. Mark responds to allegation. Where he at? Where's his response? Honey, I was going to read it. I couldn't get to it tonight. We had too much, but I got it. He responded twice. You're not going to believe it. What time is it? Oh, we got 15 minutes. Hold on. Let me give you a taste of it, honey. He's in this group. Y'all, he in this group. He got a What's Up group. The What's Up group is still going on. And there's a email thread that I'm a part of that. I've got that. That's still going on too. Okay. He doesn't know these people are sending me this information. But honey. You ain't gonna believe these lies. You ain't gonna believe what they saying. This is what they said happened. So this was the first. Let me send this to myself. Hold on, I got these. I already screenshotted these. So supposedly, Mark is in his group. He has emailed these people. And he's talking to these people and he's explaining to them what happened. Okay? What happened and what happened with the money, what happened with everything. Okay, this is the other receipts. Let me pull this up. Okay, no. So let me read y'all real quick. Let me send it so y'all can see it. Now, this is supposed to be their explanation, Mark's explanation. And some dude named Maliki. I don't know who the heck Maliki is. But Maliki is supposed to be somebody who works with Mark. All right. And Maliki is responding in this group. They're all talking. Then all of a sudden, Mark jumps into the conversation. Now, you remember. Okay, hold on. What happened? Okay, let me get this up here. And so I can put this up here so y'all can see this one. Okay, so this is one of the ones that's telling me what happened, where they're responding in this group. Okay. This one, I got to make a video of this, but I haven't had time to do that, y'all. This is so much information. It's just unbelievable. But this show was supposed to be about that. That's why I'm trying to keep my promise to the people who came for that. to show you what happened. So let me read that one to you, and then I will go back, and I'm going to put these all in the video also. So this Maliki dude, I don't know, I guess he's taken up for Mark. And he seems to be trying to explain what happened and why all of this is going on. So let me get that up. Bring that one up so y'all can see that one. Because there's a lot, so much you just would not believe. All right, so let me pull this one up real quick. Okay. Let me get the one that says Mark so y'all can see where he says it. And he clearly says he's blaming it on the Tanzanian government. Y'all know that, right? He's blaming them. Okay, so this one says what I did, what happened. Mark and Oral. Okay, so what happened? This is what happened. Let me pull it up so y'all can see it, okay? Now, this is what they're saying. This is what Mark is saying, what happened. In my email, let me get to the email. All right, so this is just one of them. Y'all not going to believe this either. All right, so this is a whole series, okay? I have to go back again and make a video so you can understand what's going on, but I'm going to read it to you real quick. It says, Mark registered merge Echo Village together with another girl named Marciana. I guess I'm saying it right. This is where the problem started. Mark moved to the same house with Marciana together with her child. Marciana looks older and experienced. Mark brought a car and also paid for Marciana's child's school fees. All the money transferred from America was directly deposited into Marciana's personal account. Mark even went to Magu, I guess that's how you say it, the village with Marciana, went to the village with Marciana, to the village where Marciana came from. Mark slept at Marciana's family's house in Magu. The village of Magu is known for a high-end witchcraft, especially in trapping men for marriage. By the time Mark got his head back, they were lovers, and Marciana was in control of the company and the lawyer and the money and the bank. So he's saying Marciana took all of the money. All right? And this is what Mark is saying. This is actually from him. He says, the company is bankrupt. Money didn't disappear. It was spent on moving forward with the company. This is on March 26th. It was not misused. We were. And by the very people that still aren't doing the right thing to get the land registered and do right without having to jump through hoops. So he's saying that it's still the government, and that's the reason why your land isn't registered. That's why things aren't done, because these people don't do the right things without you jumping through all these hoops. He says, I feel bad about what happened, but what makes it worse is that some people here think it was intentional. It was an unfortunate set of events, but it was not some premeditated scam directed at you personally. I will continue moving forward with my personal life trying new things. Look at this. So y'all money is gone. He don't care. He don't care. He said the government wouldn't let him register the business. So, he he had to jump through hoops to get things done. He couldn't get things done. So he's sorry. It wasn't intentional, but the money is just gone. So now what he say I'm going to do for y'all? He says, I will continue moving forward with my personal life toward trying new things and hoping to go back and make amends when I can. So I'm going to move forward in my life. I'm going to try new things. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And when I can, I'm going to move and try backwards and try to help y'all. I cleared things with the lawyer, Renee, and apparently he did. I cleared things with the lawyer, Renee. I don't know what he's trying to say. If the lawyer's name is Renee or if Renee was another lady, I got to read through these messages. Renee had, and apparently he did not put a single thing into action. So the lawyer did not put a single thing into action. I am not worried about lawsuits because there was no wrongdoing. And the same people who are giving you a hard time are the people who gave me a hard time. If anything, we should be trying to get all the people they scammed together and file a multi-million-dollar class action lawsuit against the offices. So he wants everybody, all the people, he's saying the government scammed y'all in Tanzania, and that y'all should all get together and sue the government officials in Tanzania for scamming you guys. All the people who were accused of being scammers because of the corruption in the country, and all the people who lost money for the same reason. So he said they're being accused of being corrupt, okay? I'm sorry, y'all, but these comments, I'm trying to see what's going on in this chat. Somebody is saying there's a lot of hateful comments. It's not about opinion. Okay, I don't know what y'all talking about, but let me get back on this. All of the people who are accused of being a scammer because of corruption in the country, and all of the people who lost money for the same reason. I have an issue taking all the blame because all of you know about what type of people we are dealing with. And there are too many similar stories for this to be a far off idea. But I do take the blame for digging a deeper hole, hoping we could just push through. And for all of you who claim to follow God, did he tell you I was a scammer, or did he tell you I was the devil? Did God tell you Mark was the devil, or did God tell you Mark was a scammer? That's what he want to know. And for all of you who claim, okay, because I know what he told me. I am not trying to be aggressive or have a mean tone, but I'm trying to make a clear point. And that's the end of it. Then he goes out of the conversation. So that was his response. It was the government. That was his response. It was the government. It was their fault. He used all the money trying to push the company forward, trying to do things, but the government wouldn't let him. And we all should join together to file multi-million-dollar lawsuits against the government of Tanzania, because it's their fault. If anyone he scammed is a U.S. citizen, he might be in trouble. All they have to do is go to the embassy and talk to the officials. FBI will be on him real quick. Oh, okay. So I just need to write them. Hey, so y'all need to go there, okay? Let me write them, and I'll find out, okay? I'm going to write them. And I'm gonna ask them, what do we do? Because there's U.S. citizens there that are scamming other U.S. citizens. Yeah, and I got proof. I got the receipts where they're sending these people, and these are elderly people. So the FBI know that the elderly, we don't play about them. Oh, thank you. Let me write that down. Contact the embassy. The U.S. Embassy. All right. All right. Sure will. Sure will. Chosen says, a mild manner manipulative mark meets Africa, mingled, merged to land scam, then squadaddled. Squadaddled. He sure did. He took the money and ran. TNK, Africans, Kung Fu's channel mainly defriends Africans, and he follows, and his followers are from Africa. If I thought he was that way, I wouldn't defend him. Y'all just jump. Okay, I don't know what y'all talking about. Steph says yes, and it beats. It's, oh God, I'm getting sleepy, y'all. Y'all know I am. I can't even read the comments no more. Yes, and it's upsets us to see people get. Yes, it does. We don't like that. I know I don't like that. People were always trying to take advantage of my mother, and I couldn't stand that. Kiki, please remove TNK as a mod. Oh my God. They are banning and putting people on timeout because we want to address racism towards Black people. Several people have said the same thing. Oh my God. What are y'all talking about? TNK. Kung Fu. Wait. The Kung Fu should do what he does on his channel, right? He comes in talking about JT and Mara. Why? We ain't talking about him. We ain't talking about them. Go talk about that on your channel. That's rude to try to make us talk about what you want us to talk about. We ain't doing that. Okay, yeah, I can't see him. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let me see what else. All these weak men show up in Africa sounding like Mark and giving up their money, but Ahmad is mad when I ask where is that. What? I don't know what in the world is going on here tonight. But I told y'all it goes down in the chat. It goes down in the chat. So if you ain't ready, I don't suggest you come on this channel. Liz, he mentioned JT and then stopped right away. The moral talk has been between him and I in the comments. Okay. YouTube, Miss Tanzania. We haven't even told the part about you. Your story is coming too. Yep. Because that's what they do to people. They try to bully them into submission. OBGYN takes advantage of women. Oh my God. What are y'all talking about? Keep supporting. It's trying to take a. Oh my God. Well, we've been on here 3 hours. Y'all know I do not like to go past 3 hours. TNK, you were right, and we don't want the chat to be all over the place. This is too much. Y'all must have really been too much for Edra to say that. When Kung Fu, TNK, when Kung Fu should do what he does on his channel. Yeah. Okay, I read that one. All right, y'all. I think we done. I think we done for the night. I'm going to get these videos out to y'all. We'll be right back next week. And we'll still be talking about these two. We're going to talk about them till everybody's story is told. Each week it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. So Mark is still in touch with the people and his little supporters. He has supporters. And he's still in touch with the supporters. And I read to you what the supporters are saying. Okay, so that's all right. Now we're about to get off here. Ezra needs to pay attention and stop being biased when it comes to talking about. That's odd. You can talk about scammers, liars, cheaters, but racism gets you banned. Disgusting. Well, that's kind of what we talk about. See, y'all, people's channels are about certain things. Okay? Their channels are about certain things and certain topics. Our channel, we don't talk about racism on this channel. We don't. Because we feel like there's like when we doing stuff to each other, how are we going to talk about racism? You know, when we talking about what we doing to each other, where's racism? Where's that playing a role in this? You know, we're doing, people who are doing this look like me, you know, so that probably didn't have anything to do with that. And that's what they're trying to tell you. We talk about scammers, we talk about liars, and we talk about cheaters. That's different from racism. Racism is a volatile topic, and I don't talk about that. I do not talk about racism. That's a very emotional topic. You can't, you know, and I just don't talk about that. I don't talk about the government. As you see, I don't talk about, and I'm fully, I used to work for the government in Cameroon. So I'm fully equipped to talk about, I can talk about the government, but I don't talk about the government. I don't do that. So we don't do that on this channel. We talk about things that impact you visiting, you repatriating, you expatting. You may feel some what is the when it's the group, ethnic group. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's when they discriminate against you because of your ethnic group. You know, you may feel that, but racism is really not an issue so much. You know, it's more of our ethnic group is what makes us a target. So that's why we don't talk about that, because it's our ethnic group and it's our mannerisms and our social norms that really make us a victim in Africa more than our race. Because as you see, the other groups go over there and people think they're having a good time, but we don't know. But we can't say they're targeting us for our race, because they're not. They're targeting us because of where we come from, because of our social status, our economic class, those type of things. So that's what we're talking about. It's a financial aspect. We're talking about the money, not the social part. And that's why they're saying we don't talk about racism. And you're probably new, because if you weren't new, you would know that. You would know, oh, she don't talk about race. No, I don't. That's just not what I do. You know, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying we don't talk about it on this channel. There's other channels that do, you know, where they're fully engaged in the race conversation and how it impacts you traveling and you repatriating, but we just don't do that on this channel. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but what I'm saying is that's not what we do over here. Okay? That doesn't mean we don't love you. That doesn't mean we don't think your cause is a just cause. It's just we don't talk about that over here. We talk about the money and what you're doing. Okay? So it's not disgusting, it's just different. Differences aren't disgusting. They're just different. People have different things that they talk about. I don't say people who talk about race. I'm sure the racers, people who talk about racism on their channel, I'm sure they don't talk about scammers, liars, and cheaters. I don't go over there and tell them they're disgusting. It's just different shows, different topics. Right, it's all kind of colorful spiders, exactly. And you talk about whatever you want to talk about. Kiyomi, I'm trying to talk. Crypto Walk. Notice T and K ain't got a problem with nothing I said. So what's your real issue with me? Oh Lord, what are y'all talking about? Okay, Steph said that weird fraud can also be reported. That wire fraud can also be reported there on that site as well. I'm sure you can. All right, y'all. Yeah, they target each other. So how can I sit and talk about other people, other races, when we're doing this to each other? You know, that's the issue. And we're doing this to the elderly people. The elderly people. How can I sit and dare talk about a race issue when young black Americans are using the name of God to scam the elderly people in our community? And you think I'm going to sit up here and talk about race? Oh no. Oh no. I'm too busy checking my own to worry about what somebody else think or feel about me or mine. I could care less what they think or feel about me or mine. What I care about is what's going on with these people, these Black Americans who are scamming other Black Americans. Like Tupac say, it's my own kind doing all the killing here. He had a song and he said, they say it's the white man that I should fear, but it's my own kind doing all the killing here. And see, that's what Jim Brown, I think that was his name Jim Brown or John Brown, y'all? I think it was Jim Brown's raid, but he said that. That was his theory. It was way back in the day. And he said they're using race to divide us. But this really ain't a race issue. It's really about money. It's really about to keep the wealth in the hands of the wealthy and no money or few money in the hands of the people who don't have it. And it's easier to get us to talk about race than what's really going on. Why is 1% of the population where all most of the money is? And I think his name was Jim Brown or John Brown. But yeah, and this was a white man. And this was during, like, right after slavery. He was making these claims that this slavery, this is just what's going on in America. It ain't about race. They just using race because it's easy. It's emotional. I can get you tied into that. But it's really about money. And it's really about keeping those in charge, those in power, in power. Same thing here. Is this really about race? No, it got nothing to do with race. It's about keeping those in power in power. Those Black Americans who are already in Africa, they want to stay in charge. They want to still be the leaders in this movement, this self-proclaimed leaders in this movement. And how do they maintain the power? They need money. And they need to dominate you and I. And that's what they're doing. They're trying to maintain their position. And they're using this fear of America to do it. They're playing the race card to do it. So yeah, we are targeting each other. Can Clay Scott miss some? What are y'all talking about? Xenophobia. Yeah, that's what you'll face. Xenophobia. You sure will. You face that over there. Remember when I got dragged when K was here? I know how you feel. Don't worry. She will let me on next time. Yeah, I will. I will. Yes, I will. But we had to get through all of this tonight. I had to. The guy that was speaking on your channel was said to be a white. Okay. He is very on topic, and what was going on being that he was involved with this. Okay. Yeah, this is a public platform. I don't have, I mean, I don't know the man. I just know the man made a video and he tagged me in the video. Did they even say tag over here? He added me in the video. So I went and looked at the video. It was a nice little video. You know, he told people go check out Kiki's channel. You know, it was a nice little shout out. So that's all I know. I don't know nothing else. I know he was spreading the word about Mark. He was spreading whatever the message was that we was talking about on this channel. He was spreading it over on his channel. And I saw that for myself because I went and watched. It's busy. It's bossy all over this Mark Meets Africa story. Y'all just want to ignore it. Okay, y'all. So is that it for today? Okay, I think that's it. I think we got all the questions and comments. Bossy. Did I say bossy? What was you trying to say? Did I say the wrong word, honey? I probably have, because, honey, I'm out of it now. What was going on that they was in the U.S., Charlie? They took it to, yeah, whatever they was doing in the U.S., they took it to Africa. They sure did. Oh, Bussy is a team. Oh, I don't know. Honey, I don't know nothing about no Bussy. Okay, y'all, we are done for the night. All right, I'm going to make those receipts into videos. Be careful, Kiki. Don't say too much. Don't say too much about what? Earl said he was not selling real estate. Oral was a weirdo. What? Now, this was not nice. Oral was a weirdo. Left an 84-year-old mother behind to go work with a male stranger who is weird too and didn't have no money. I know when I see strange activity. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'm speechless. Mayall says to that comment, you crack me up, Crypto Walk. I got all of your oral jokes, and I know what B8Y is. B8Y. What is that? What is B8Y is? But it's a little edgy humor, LOL. I don't know what that is. Like me, Kiki, don't see. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, I can't see that. Like me, Kiki can't see without, and I won't even admit it. Ain't that sad? I will not, y'all. I will not admit that I need these glasses. I won't admit I need these glasses. I'll be like, I don't need them like that. Honey, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I need stronger ones now. But you know what the eye doctor told me? It's because I work on the computer so much that it messed my eyes up. Because he said the letters on the computer are not round like regular letters. Like regular letters aren't flat. He said computer letters are completely flat. And it's hard on your eyes when you read them. And I've been working on a computer for years. Zesty, what? I am reading y'all comment. I'm not reading that. I am not reading that. Comments on other YouTube pages are disgusting, and he subscribes to some. I don't know who y'all talking about, but all right, y'all. We know Kiki will mess up an entire girl. Y'all, please forgive me because y'all know I will do that. I will do that in a minute. And honey, I do it at work. I do it to the kids all the time. The kids will say, that don't say that. And you know what I say? Well, I'm just checking to see if you're paying attention. And I said, see, y'all can read. I'm testing to see if y'all know the word. I swear. Because y'all, when I'm sleepy, when I'm tired, when I ain't got my glasses on, honey, I'll make up a word to put in there. I'll see like an R and I'll be like, okay, let me just put that. Okay. I'm paraphrasing. Oral was in on it. He was paid. Y'all think so? I don't think so. But I'm going to stay neutral. I'm going to stay neutral. Okay? Because I want to be the place where you come to present your story. So I'm just going to stay neutral for now. Okay? Unless I get overwhelming evidence that you did it, and then I'm just going to, then y'all know what's going to happen. Y'all know I'm coming for them knees then. But I am laughing when you first wrote it, but you are right. The relationships was a little weird and suspect. The old dude is like 50 and Mark is 20 and he flew. Yo, I ain't reading these comments no more. Y'all, I'm getting off here. Mark is not zesty. I would give him what? Oh Lord. What I say, you cut your pearls, ladies. Oh my God. I love, ooh, this can't be real. This person is not real talking like, y'all, this is a fake account. That comment, it's got to be a fake account. Earl wasn't believable. I thought he was. Now you neutral. I want to be neutral on this. Each person, I treat each person as an individual. Okay? Each case is its own case. Y'all know me. Each case is its own case. Okay? So I'm going by what this man has given me and what the people who were scammed by Mark is giving me and what they're telling me. Okay? Now somebody else is telling me he was soliciting money for the End of the World Ministries. Now I'm going to go check that out. But right now I got to be neutral because I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I talked to 2 people today telling me this, and these was older people who were elderly, who were, sound like they was good people and ain't going to sit up and lie to me. So yeah, I'm going to be neutral. And if I change, you going to know. If I change my mind and I ain't neutral, you going to know. Yes, Kiki is reading these comments like, stupid girl. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying to keep talking at the same time so y'all don't have any gaps and it's quiet downtime. And then I'm trying to read y'all comments. And a lot of times I just look at the comments and I'm trying to paraphrase the comment real quick without reading every single word in it. And that's where I'll be messing up. Or I'll try to go too fast, and that's where I'll be messing up at. Okay. I was laughing. Okay. Now, y'all just need to stop this. All right, we getting off here. What does Earl do for a living? What is his profession? I forgot. He told me he works with elderly people. Mark said the Earl was Yes, he was hanging out with the ladies. Remember in that video, he said that Mark they could never find him because he was hanging out with women, and he was just. They said they didn't know if he came there to do land or hang out with the women. So no, I don't think he's zesty. Look, Steph said, "Go to bed, girl." I'm trying. But I look forward to my Saturday nights with y'all. This is fun. Oh. Lord, that's even. Okay, I'm gone. Steph, I'm getting off here. Edra probably done already left. Mark meets Crepto. He can help you Mark meets Crepto. He can help you get there. Okay, look, y'all. We are off of here tonight. Edra, I'm sorry. I know this was a lot for you. T and K, I'm sorry. I know it was a lot for you. I know. It's a lot for me. Thank you, Steph, for coming in. Thank you for coming in. It's been a wild one tonight. It's been a wild one. But please remember, the moderators are only here to help y'all stay on track, because that's what we do over here. We only talk about certain things. All right. And when we ain't talking about those things, they know how I am. They know I don't like when I come to the chat and y'all talking about y'all all over the place. Okay. So that means you ain't paying attention. You talk and you ain't listening. So that's the teacher in me. Okay. So forgive me. That's the teacher in me. So we will be back. The chat is live, honey. The chat is live, and it goes down in the chat. I told you there's two things going on this channel when we live. It's me giving you the facts, and it's the chat. Because the chat had their own facts, and I can't control them. People be getting mad at me because of the daggone chat. These are, as y'all see, these is grown people going to say what they want to say when they want to say it. I don't have no control over that. Okay? But we don't talk about race. We don't do that, y'all. We don't talk about race. We don't do that. We just don't. Because we got our own issues over here. We talk about what we do to each other. Yeah, and the chat really get heated. So I will see y'all next week for another heated chat, because I'm coming back with more facts. Oral will probably never talk to me again because of y'all. He probably will never, ever speak to me again because of y'all. But y'all know I love y'all. And I warn people, it's like my kids at school. I warn people about my class. I warn them. You can't let them get out their seat. You can't let them move around. You can't let them talk. All they can do is breathe. Because I know what they'll do. And I warn people when they come on my chat, on my show, my chat, the people in the chat, these are grown, opinionated people. I don't have no control over them. They're going to say what they want to say. Please forgive me in advance. But I don't have no control over them. I can merely suggest. But I have no control over what these grown people, these grown, intellectual, opinionated people say. Those are the type of people, and middle-aged, these people on my channel are 35 and up. I even got 75-year-olds on here. So if you think I can control a middle-aged person and what they say, y'all know I can't do that. You know they're going to say what they want to say regardless. Even if I do say something, you know they going to say what they want to say. And that's the period. And that's period. Thank you, Crypto Wall. I love and support you, Kiki. Keep up the good. Oh, I love and support you too. I love all of y'all. Y'all are truly my friends. And I love hanging out with y'all on Saturday. And I love when we put our head together, when we put our minds and our thoughts together to figure things out. That's the funnest thing of all. How we get it all figured out. And then we find out later on, we was right all along. More people interrupted the guests like Fanta. No more people interrupted the guests like Fanta. Yeah, we don't do that because he don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he let people. We don't do that, and we just don't do that. Yeah, we just don't do that. The dude was speaking. This dude is speaking. Who's speaking Swahili? Do you remember? He on here speaking Swahili for what? Thanks. Yeah, thank you, Crypto. That was sweet. All right, y'all. Good show tonight. Keep oh, honey, you know I am. Oh, thank you. Another super chat. I didn't even see that. Y'all know I'm sleepy. Thank you. You know I am. God wake me up every day with a mission. Y'all remember the movie The Blues Brothers? And they used to, they was going around and they was looking for something. They was looking for, was it Aretha Franklin? No, Aretha Franklin was one of the singers. I can't remember who they was looking for. But they used to always say they was on a mission from God. And you know what? That's what I say. I'm on a mission from God. If you don't know about the Blues Brothers, go look up that movie. It is hilarious. Hilarious. And what they say, I'm like the Blues Brothers. I'm on a mission from God. All right? So whatever he tell me to do, I'm going to do it. Oral got paid. Good night, Miss Benjamite. Oral got paid, but doesn't know how much. Sounds scammerish. Well, maybe he'll tell us. He said he didn't want to estimate. We appreciate you, Kiki. I appreciate you guys, too. Yep, I appreciate you guys, too. Mark was scammed by Tanzania and Oral. Wait, Mark was scammed by Tanzania and Oral and the lawyers. Mark wasn't scammed by nobody, honey. Mark is the scammer with his old self. The Blues Brothers were trying to save her. Okay, that's what it was. The Blues Brothers were trying to save an orphanage run by nuns where they grew up. Yep, that's what it was. Yeah, and when they trying to get some money together or something like that, or trying to get a show, it was something. But y'all, it is so good. But just like, see how they were trying to save the orphanage? People who are on a mission from God, we try to help the people who can't help themselves. And these elderly people at this point, y'all, they can't help themselves. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. So that's why we're here. We're on a mission from God. Yep, that's my show. I love the Blues Brothers. Y'all got to watch it because we on a mission from God. They used to just bust out and say that all the time. And then they would break out and start dancing. Remember when he did the back flips in the church? Y'all, that movie was hilarious. The Blues Brothers was my younger brother's favorite movie. Don't even know if I watched that movie all the way through. Yeah, it's good, honey. It is good. It is, and it's got a good message in it. It is so good that we all should be on a mission from God. Mark was fed spaghetti in the village full of super witches. I don't even believe that story, y'all. But I don't know. Because I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Maybe it's true. Maybe she did put a spell on him. Because Oral said they did know that lady, Marciana. They did say she was working at the company. Remember the nun knocked him down the long set of steps. That movie is hilarious. Y'all gotta watch it. Y'all just gotta watch it. It is so funny. O'Shea scammed me in his dating show. I have receipts. Okay, send me the receipts so I can ask him. Okay. What did he do? Send it to me. Because, honey, I would go to my friends. I go to my friends, honey. Quasi Boyd is my friend. You come to me with a receipt from about Quasi Boyd, I'm going to go to Quasi and say, what is this? You know how many times I done went to Dinus Amir and said, Dinus, what is this? Lots of times. So, oh no, don't think because I'm cool with them that I won't ask them. Oh no. They know. Kiki the date. Yeah, he had a dating show. He still do, don't he, y'all? It's a dating show. I think is it on Kinganda? Yep, it's a dating show. That's why I want to know how you get scammed on the dating show. You didn't get the girl you wanted. Send it to me. I'll ask him about it. I'll show him the receipt. You got my email? Okay, email me, please. Email me, please, okay? So I can send it to him. Yeah, we got to find out. Witches and spaghetti. You know what that means, team member. No, what does witches and spaghetti mean? Oh, Crypto Walk, please stop. And never Uganda scammed you. Okay. All right, y'all. We are done. Thank y'all for coming on tonight. We've been on here for a long time. 3 hours. Well, that's about our normal time. All right. Oh, y'all, guess what? I want to thank the person who actually subscribed to StreamYard. Thank you. Because I got a $25 credit for that. So thank you so much, because they emailed me during the show and said somebody just used your referral link to subscribe to StreamYard. So thank you so much. And don't forget about our Mojo Cream and Gel. Y'all, the Mojo Creams and Gel are the best ever. For arthritis, bursitis, sore muscles, any kind of pain. This stuff works wonders. Just rub it on. No, it's a minty smell. No old people smell. Makes your joints feel good. Makes the inflammation go away. Get your mojo back. And if you use Kiki20, you get 20% off. And you get free shipping and free returns. But you're not going to want to return this. And also, I got 3 more free samples. If you want like a free sample, you don't have the money right now to buy it, just email me and say, Kiki, I want to try that Mojo Cream and Gel. So send me a sample. All right. So it might take you a little while to get it though, because I got to go through the company. Okay. And the company go kind of slow. Okay. So thank you to both of our sponsors. Well, she says, Child Proverbs says, an undeserved curse will not come to rest. No. 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 Whoop, whoop. Yep. What? I didn't cancel my trial. What trial? What you talking about? Team member, what are you talking? Are you silly? Good night, y'all. Happy Easter. Yeah, happy Easter, y'all. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all get that Mojo Cream and Gel. That stuff is so good. I love it. All right, y'all. I brought Mojo, but got used. Wait, Liz, let me see what you're saying. She says she bought the Mojo, but got to use it. Laugh out loud. I'm glad I have it. Oh, good. So you ain't had no pain. Girl, but when you need it, you going, tell me right as soon as you use it. But when you get in pain and you got to hit that spot with it, girl, you're going to say, ooh, boy, this stuff really works. Watch. And it works fast and it feel good. Oh, Mujo. Am I saying it right? That's another thing. I mess up names really bad. Really, really bad. I'm not sure how to say it. I'm calling it Mojo. It's probably not because it's a U. Tell me how to say it. Spell it phonetically, Stephanie. What? I don't know. Oh. Mujo. Thank you. It's Mujo. Thank you. Mujo Cream. Thank you, Steph. That's why I love you. Steph always got my back. She always there to help because she know I'll mess it up in a. She know Kiki will mess it up in a minute. Yes, I will. Mujo. Mujo. Thank you, Mujo. Jake and Elwood, that's their names. Oh my God, that must be your show, Crefto Walt. Because you still, yeah, honey, real bad. Real bad. I will bet. Call you the wrong name, turn your name. The one little girl, honey, I mess up her. I mess them the names up so bad every daggone day. They say, Miss B, what is wrong with you? I say, oh, y'all know I'm sleepy. Honey, yes, it's true. It's so sad. All right, Shay didn't scam you on a dating show. Exactly. How ain't gonna scam you on a dating show? Because you didn't get the person you wanted? Probably they didn't pick him. But send me the email, honey. Send me the email. Let me ask O'Shea how he scammed you on the dating show. All right, y'all, that's all we got. It's been real. It's been fun. If y'all get a chance, check out the Blues Brothers. And remember that we all need to be on a mission from God. All right, that's all I have. I will see y'all next week. Well, I'll see you before then. But we won't be live again until next Saturday. Oh, y'all, we got 8 shares on this video. Please don't forget to like the video and do me a favor. Please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel so we can help get this message out. We can help people save lives and also save money. All right, don't forget to get your Mujo cream. All right, bye-bye, y'all. I'll see y'all next week.